it starts streaming now, and
Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll spread it around. And Court, he goes in the wrong room.
He can't join. No, he can't. He's in the green room because he can't join.
oh, that's right. Yeah, I was mean the other day. Yeah.
What did you do the other day?
Nothing.
Cool, man.
There we go.
What?
Yeah.
No, what did you do the other day?
No,
I wanna know.
nothing. Nothing. Right. Okay, we are live. I'm gonna just post the link onto
Wait a minute.
Twitter.
Oh,
I'll post
There we
it.
go. Copy video URL. Let's just chuck that in background noise because lol, and then we're gonna chuck that into Twitter because my millions and millions and millions of loyal fans.
Yeah.
All 9 of them. Might want to join. So yeah, hold on. You were saying there's an issue?
Too dark.
It's too dark.
Sound is too hot. Yeah, it's too dark. The sound is too high, or we're too low. So if you could.
Okay. Okay.
If you can't, maybe lower the.
Right. With regards to the sound, I don't know if people are aware of this, but on YouTube, just down at the bottom, next to where the play button is, there's a little volume slider.
No, that's not it. That's not it. It's saying the game is louder than our voices, so it's hard to hear.
Oh! I see. Okay.
Yeah, you might be able to turn us up on Discord on your end, or just turn the game down.
I will turn the game down. It's probably the best way of doing it. Let's just actually load that. But it's too dark as well. Did you say?
Yeah, they were saying it was very hard. Well, let me listen to it. So.
It's okay. It's loading up at the moment, so it's being quiet. Listening to it now is.
My mic sounds like such shit. Like, if you hear it back, is that how I'm sounding to you in here?
That's how you always sound. Yes.
Yeah.
No. Like.
I spill my drink. And everything. I spill my drink.
I spill my drink. Okay, right. XFX channels, yeah. So I've turned the volume right down. Okay. I'm going to turn the. You say the brightness required.
Yeah, if you could turn it up a bit. Because you have to get in mind this YouTube as well when you're streaming. It makes it look even darker than what you're seeing.
Yeah. Fair enough. We'll go for that.
Let's see. This doesn't sound any better, does
it? I don't know. You?
Yeah.
I guess.
Well,
I don't know. I have no idea. You sound the same.
I'm just trying to make it not as cancer sounding. So. I wish I could find my mic, but they hid it on me. God knows where they put it.
Lol, apparently Oozlu is streaming as well at the moment.
You have a habit of streaming at the exact same time as Oozlu does.
Yeah, but you have better fans.
I have much fewer fans, and yeah, I know, but
they're not as creepy. They don't, jizz their pants when the die mows on the mic.
Fucking Christ. Let's hear how it sounds.
I am just playing the video game, and I'm not paying any attention to other people and what they're doing, because why should I? Also, I've got to get through this game fairly promptly, because I'm gonna end up with like several books to read next week. I'm supposed to be finding people in a monastery or something, because they're having a meeting. But I'm actually going to go and do a side mission, sort of. Yes, I did also make the comb noises too, Sam. Yes, you are correct. As did Undoomed, in fact.
Yeah, everyone forgets that though.
Thing is, nobody
I will
wants.
say everyone does sounds very low compared to you, Trig, still, but I think it's manageable.
Okay. You guys can. I mean, you. I can't believe it because you can be extremely loud.
I know. Like that's what I'm saying. It's my mic sounds different here as opposed to what's coming out on YouTube. So maybe it's just the whatever you're using for streaming as well. That could be doing it. OBS, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that up too.
Um.
I don't want you to like fuck anything up either. So
Well, this is if I start changing things, we've actually got it working for
yeah, that's what I mean. I don't want to fuck it up.
Scrump and I, the Starman and the Boomer streams, and so okay, I'm just gonna. How do I get down there now? I had a brain flash, a memory remembrance that there is stuff down here in the water from long time ago, and I do not do ASMR, Sam. What? No.
We need Starsy.
That's Starsy that does that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah.
Actually, he doesn't have to do that anymore because he doesn't have to whisper into the mic anymore because he's not doing the whole.
Well, it's not even about whispering. He just has a terrible mic.
Well, yeah.
No, one of what we have to like sort out a time where we can just all go drinking one of the weekends and start playing like some games like Secret Hitler or Stasi has the Jackbox games.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
if we can play Jackbox games, it would be fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
There's loads of cool games.
Those are always fun.
They are pretty.
And then if everyone's drinking,
pretty
as well,
neat.
Yeah.
Be fun.
You know, like losers got to take a shot and stuff.
No.
Oh,
How we?
God, yes.
No. Well, okay. Here's the thing with that. Here's the thing with that. Yeah, it'd be great, hilarious. How can you tell? How can you tell if someone's taking a shot and they're not? When they are.
Well,
You
that's
can't.
what I'm saying, like, people...
It's down to that person if they want to put and actually play the game properly.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we could all do.
I've known far too many Orientals, yeah, that will go, oh yeah, we'll do this, that, and the other, and you're sitting there doing gambai with fucking drinks with them at a restaurant, and the bastards have getting fucking water poured for them whilst everybody else is.
Trick. I am not an Oriental. I am an Irish woman, so how dare you even question that I would not take a shot when asked?
But you are a weeb.
And I'm Irish.
I know you would. You would.
Yeah, we people in here, anyone that doesn't take a fucking shot, and we find out about it, they can't join us, or we just fucking call them a pussy the whole time.
But none of you faggots can fucking outdrink me. You die maybe.
Boomer versus Irish versus Asian, huh? This is gonna be cool.
Yeah, you don't have I'm sorry, but you don't have the genes to actually be able to drink properly. You didn't evolve properly. It is just the way of things.
Look, mate, I've got both genes. I got white genes. I got black genes.
How when it comes to Irish people, with alcohol, he has to do.
I even got blue genes, man.
Like that, because we have different. The way we absorb alcohol and deal with alcohol is just different. Under the physical.
I'm telling you, yeah, no.
I mean, generally it's the Indians getting pissed and stuff, but Pakis get pissed too.
I mean, you're like a half breed, so you never know.
Well, I don't know where my white side's heritage is, so I honestly couldn't say. Possibly. It's not Irish though.
Oh no, what have I done? I've done the bad thing.
See, I always have to take like a bunch of shots before I go out drinking because I don't get drunk otherwise on normal stuff. It's actually really annoying and expensive.
Yeah, Yeah, well, actually, it's watered down, isn't it, when you go into bars and places?
It depends where you go.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Because over here, usually a shot. I remember when Sid was over, he was shocked to know that a shot was like twice. Like, it was 2 shots. Not like in England, a shot over there would be half what it was given to him in Ireland.
Yeah,
Okay, so
they do tend to
you get
pussy out on the. Yeah, no, this is true. Yeah,
The
it's.
glass sizes and shot glasses are just bigger.
Yeah, no, I mean, fuck that, right? You go to Spain and ask for a shot, and they'll give you like 2/3 of a glass.
You know, Americans do the same thing with a pint. Like, a pint is smaller over in America than it is anywhere else.
Yeah, but no, what I'm saying is, if you go to Spain and ask for, a whiskey and coke, you will get four. What they'll do is they'll put 4 glasses of four ice cubes in your tall glass. Yeah,
Oh,
they
to
will.
make it look more.
No, 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 no. Let me finish, right? You'll get four cubes of ice in your glass. Yeah, so it's a tall glass, 4 cubes in there. Right, those ice cubes will essentially go all the way up to the top of the glass. Yeah, they will then cover 3.5 of those ice cubes with whiskey. So you've basically got your glass is 3/4 full of whiskey and ice, and then they'll put a splash of coke on top.
What scum?
What do you mean, what scum?
Yeah,
We're talking about that's
fucked
about the
up.
equivalent of about 3, maybe 4 shots, Di.
Yeah.
Well, over here they're just like, oh, do you want ice or not? And then you say no ice, and you just get the whole thing filled up to the top.
No, you get very, very, very. I mean, seriously, it's like, one of the things I used to drink a lot of when I was over in Spain for a while, because I stayed there, for about. No,
Yeah.
absinthe is poison. Okay, no, what I used to drink is what we call the VTR, and a VTR is a vodka, Red Bull, and tequila.
Ooh. Ooh, that sounds
So it would be half vodka, half tequila, and then a splash of Red Bull on the top. Usually made the Red Bull, last 2 or 3 drinks, at least. And yeah, no, that's.
Okay, fucked up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's kind of. That's one way of putting it.
Sorry, I'm just reading this. Apparently, speaking of, there was a channel leaded for Pornhub that was a lady that used Sargon's history vids as Jalop ASMR.
Hold on, what? Someone was masturbating to Sargon, and they got yeeted off.
On Pornhub?
Would you send that to me where I can post that in Mithrium? Please, that'll be the icing on the cake, and I'll at disco.
Here. It's a background noise. I took a screenshot of the.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know about you guys.
No, it's true. It's what they said.
I'm. No. Just. Sargon really isn't.
His videos was ASMR fucking jizz off, bro, and Pornhub.
Substituting Monster for vodka for Red Bull. I've had Monster once, and I'm going to say this now, right? Monster felt really chemically on my gums. I don't know whether that's is that's a me thing.
Nothing but chemicals.
It just.
I think it depends on the monster.
It just
Relentless.
didn't.
Relentless is better.
I don't know.
Nothing beats Club Lemon, bro.
Club Lemon.
Yeah, you can't get it's you can't. I couldn't get it anywhere in fucking England. Except the only place I could get in England was an Irish bar. Funny enough, they sold the Club Lemon drink because it's an Irish drink.
Okay.
It's fucking delicious.
See,
Best drink ever.
when I first started going clubbing, we used a real club.
You got lots of seals.
Not seals.
This is your packy fucking coming out, bro.
God. No. Women.
What? How does that even work? Hold on.
You find woman you want, whack them over the head with a club, and then drag them back to your cave. Job done.
You are extreme.
Oh.
I know.
It's like, yes.
I am. It's because I am old and I am a caveman. Okay. This is the joke.
No, bro.
Right.
I will say though, no. We have to sort out a drinking night sometime on the weekend. I'm gonna be getting some hot whiskey soon, and I'm just gonna be getting drunk anyway. So I'm just gonna come in regardless if you guys are doing it or not. You're gonna have to deal with the drunk me, so you can either join the fun.
Die with that hot whiskey action. Okay.
Fuck off,
You said it.
Oh, you're the worst, man.
Asking about my favourite loincloth now. Oh no. It's definitely the leopard skin, but you know.
Sam, fuck off, Sam. Alright.
That's okay. Old China hand.
Had a friend who's so chemical taste also had a friend who ended up pissing bright green for a few days.
Oh no.
Yikes, bro.
See, this is why I don't drink energy drinks. Energy drinks, as far as I'm concerned, is coffee. Okay, there's yeah, that's where the shit is at. I'm telling you now. That's where I want to go. It's fucking there. Why the fuck? Why the what? Okay, why the fuck can I not find the fucking? There's a secret path. There's a secret path that allows me to get down to the broken underpass bit. I remember it, but I can't remember where it is because it's been fucking so long since I played this goddamn game. I'm sort of wandering around half remembering stuff, as we all know. As I am.
Yeah, the old noodle's not quite so good, huh?
The old noodle's fine. What's happened is they've changed with this revamp of the game. It's called revision. They've changed stuff around a little bit, and as a result, stuff looks slightly different, and some stuff is actually in different places.
The old switcheroo on you.
They have done some small minor changes. It was supposed to be you go to the old China hand, which is down here. Down here? Where is it? Here we go. Whee! So yeah, no, I might be. So Sergeant Sniper's asked me to maybe be on a stream with him on. Whoa. Next Sunday, so I might be doing that next Sunday for a little bit. Although I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do very long on that because hopefully, fingers crossed, I might be getting some family over for a bit of a barbecue and stuff. This is it. This is where we're going. Got it right now. Okay, right. Killed them. Oh my god, I can't pick the fucking thing up. Fine. Oh, fuck's sake. Don't do this to me. There we go. Augmentation, use. Okay, what are we gonna increase my augmentation capabilities on? We said we were gonna do the cranial thing, didn't we? So I can stop missiles from hitting me.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Because you kept going boom.
So. Yep. Okay, so if his streams are about an hour long, as you say, Sam, that should be perfect, because he starts at what was about 1 o'clock for me, and I should have people coming over for 2, because next weekend we're having beer, steak, and chopping tree down session in my back garden.
Oh, not the tree.
The tree has to go, Di.
It doesn't.
It does. It does. It's literally ripping up my next door neighbour's garden and patio and stuff. And whilst he's being really chill about it now, if I just go no, get fucked, he might start going, well, great, okay, well here's the bill for having my garden repaired, and that sort of stuff really fucking sucks. Because you know, even if you get the insurance to pay for it, then your insurance premiums go up and up and up and up. Everything else goes fucking horribly wrong. And this is one of the downsides to owning property, is that you end up being responsible. And
It's a problem with living so close to other people.
well, there's that too. You know, you are absolutely correct. You have people living near you. You have to put up with their shit. But you know, on the whole, my next door neighbor is pretty cool. He's a nice dude, and I'd rather remain on good terms with him. What's this? Monster Zero is chemical tasting due to the combination of massive amounts of chemicals they put in it. Yes, yes. That was my opinion. It wasn't just chemical tasting. It fizzed on my fucking gums like it was something. I don't know what it was. It was weird. Oh, hold on.
Paul's my brother. What's the problem?
No, I have made a mistake. No, I am sorry. I must say nothing. They would kill me.
They will kill you. Well, I will kill you if you don't.
I really am Paul's brother. You said something about blueprints.
No, I do not know you. Maybe you work for VersaLife.
VersaLife.
Huh.
Good. We're getting closer. You might as well tell me the rest. If I'm gonna kill you, you're already dead.
He paid me, okay? I only did it for the money. I have the blueprints of the VersaLife building, 2,000 credits. And I have the other things.
I don't need. I see. I should have gotten to this place before I went into VersaLife. He's selling me the blueprints for the place that I actually went charging around and have already been through now.
Get caught and to tell nobody what I did.
I'll check back with you.
No, it's just. There's this weird thing with drinks these days. It's like you've got people drinking Monster and drinking various other drinks like that. I went to. Did I tell you I was at a Kentucky Fried Chicken the other day? Went to Kentucky Fried Chicken the other day, and ordered a bargain bucket of something or other. And in with the bargain bucket, you get a drink. So I was like, I'll have a Coca-Cola, please. And they're like, oh, well, we only do Pepsi Max. I was like, I don't like
Oh
Pepsi.
yeah,
I
that's
was like,
always been a thing.
don't like Pepsi Max. Do you have regular Pepsi? No, we don't do soft drinks with any sugar in anymore. We've gone healthy now. I was just, no. This is what I'm saying to them. Yeah, this is what they're saying to me. They said, unironically, the girl at the counter said, Kentucky Fried Chicken have gone healthy now. I tried to point out that they were a fried chicken place that sold chips and fried chicken in huge amounts of grease, and that there was no way on earth they could possibly ever be healthy without actually just not being a Kentucky Fried Chicken. But no. No, it's all no sugar. Not I'll take sugar over the shit that they fucking anyway.
Yeah, they always did that thing where they only sold Pepsi, but to know now that they've gotten rid of the normal Pepsi, and just said, I think Pepsi Max tastes so much worse than normal Pepsi.
Fucking the problem. My big problem is right. Is if they had nice tasting drinks that didn't have sugar in, I'd be fine. But what they have is they have drinks that are designed to have sugar in them. Yeah, that they've then replaced
They
with.
just have syrup.
Yep, no, what they've done is replaced it with basically aspartame. Yeah, they're not even using nice alternative sweeteners. They're using shit like aspartame, which has links to all manner of fucking horrible things like cancer.
I was gonna say there's been many testings done where a lot of the fucking quote unquote zero sugar fizzy drinks end up being far worse for you than the normal variant.
See, oh look at this, we are. Oh god damn it! Why were the Chinese police shooting at me?
The Chinese police.
Well, there's that.
Because you're very bad guy.
No, I think I really.
We must kill Guilo.
Fortunately, just saved it. It was because I was running around the streets with a sword. Running around the streets of China with your sword out apparently pisses off the police.
Walking freely in China pisses off the police. Sounds about right.
You be slave now.
Let me just make sure my. Yes, okay. The thing has been done. Yep. Okay. Right. Let's go find the thing. This is the temple. Okay. This is the temple that I'm supposed to be going to. I thought it was. But I'm supposed to be. Why am I being attacked? I'm not fucking. What? Goddamn fucking. Cops are chasing and trying to kill me again. So I'm supposed to be meeting the heads of the Triad families in the temple. Oh, hold on, what's this? 3 drops of methyl blue in a pint of beer will disappear until they piss aqua blue later. Hold on, you're telling me I can make people piss blue without them realizing why? oh,
I like this guy.
Why? Why?
Cool,
Why am cops? Yeah, that's right. Fuck you guys. I'm getting pissed off with these fucking cops attacking me for no fucking reason. I didn't want to commit a massacre of all the police in Hong Kong. I just wanted to go about my business and meet some triads and, shit. But they just keep on attacking me. I'm gonna have to get some of that methyl blue though, because that sounds like fun at parties.
Of course you'd say something like that.
What? Look, when people come over to your house for a drink and, they have a nice time, and then they come down, sort of late in the evening going, dude, I think I'm in trouble. You're like, what? And they're like, I'm pissing blue.
Yeah, no, that is a concern.
Yeah, that's just, no, it's not, that's just funny.
Yeah, man. I'm like, shit, man, when you take you to the ER, man.
Hey, look, police be gone.
Does that blue glow in the dark? Because that
No.
would be even more interesting.
No, it's just a phenol blue is just a blue dye. God damn, these guys really fucking went dead. Holy shit, did you see the fucking state of that? That's like all the police in fucking Hong Kong in one place. They're all just see all this shit that I'm picking up?
Hong Kong was a thing.
Uh-huh.
That's just bits of police.
That's what they get, I suppose.
Well, yeah, essentially. Okay, so what was this? Temple has closed its doors yesterday due to vandalism by street thugs. "200 meters to the northeast." Yeah. Man. Oh, nice. Mining blasting course sounds fun. I mean, I mean, my school was pretty good with a lot of stuff. We had, shall we say, my A level in chemistry covered things like trinitrating toluene and other things. Fun with ammonia, shall we say? Which apparently they don't teach these sorts of things anymore at senior school. Which I think is a hell of a shame. Nothing wrong with a little bit of fuming nitric acid and toluene. anhydrous toluene is frowned upon. Yes, anhydrous toluene is people get a bit uppity about that for some reason. I don't know. Just police just don't let you have fun anymore. So I've got a friend of a friend of mine. His dad owns a shipping company, and they move toluene internationally for various reasons. And so one of those jobs that I turned down that I probably shouldn't have done, slash probably maybe a good idea I didn't do, was traveling around the world on a cargo container, making sure the toluene was in a.
Oh yeah, you've told us about that.
Yeah, RDX. That's fun. That's fun. You know what? I feel like we should get a doctor friend of ours in here, although he'll just ramble on insanely about stuff that is very Fed posty. Where the fuck is this temple? It says the temple was here and it's not fucking here, and now I'm fucking just wandering around smashing up places in Hong Kong. I mean, that's kind of fun, but supposed to go to the place in Hong Kong, go to the temple, and then drink some. No, this all shouldn't be on YouTube. You're right. Talking about RDX and nitrated toluene is probably a little bit of. Well, here's the thing. Here's my thing. Right? They frown upon people talking about generally sort of chemistry experiments and stuff you can do with household stuff that you might find under your sink. That's frowned upon. But shoving a dildo or a cock up someone's ass and having to guess which one it is. That's fine. That's fine for little kids, isn't it?
Keep reminding me that fucking existed too.
I'm sorry. It is currently my number one favorite thing to hate about YouTube at the moment is the fact that sort of level of degeneracy is in existence. The fact that people, friends of mine and good people are getting fucking punished left, right, and center, and having their sources of income literally cut, and them having to work out what the hell they're supposed to do with their lives now, because of YouTube's censorship laws. And meanwhile, some degenerate fucks shoving a dildo up their ass on YouTube and letting little kids watch.
Yeah. Lovely world we live in, eh?
This is why we need in Minecraft.
No, you know what we need. You know what we need.
Say in Minecraft anymore.
No, you know what we need. I'm gonna tell you what we need. Right? It's simple. This is an atheist saying this. These motherfuckers need Jesus. Okay. Yeah. They literally if you can't operate in a decent moral fucking manner without religion, it's time to have some fucking religion. Simple as that. They're gonna have to go back to having religion again. I don't need it, but these fucks do.
Why can't the Jobos go around and find these people and beat them with the Bible until
fucking finally found this fucking temple? Motherfucker, that's taken so fucking long.
It is my honor.
Begin. As the faces of a perfect blade are reflections of one another, as they join together to make a perfect edge, so we shall form one blade, not the male and female swords of Ganjiang, one which must avenge the other, but one weapon, precise in its purpose, though wielded by many arms.
And much as the steel sharpens its edge and anneals its own surfaces, let us preserve, together, the form of our traditions.
The only enduring work of man, that which is born again with the next generation.
Forever.
Forever.
Again, accept our thanks, Mr. Denton. You will have to join us for drinks at the Lucky Money later tonight. In the meantime, Mr. Tong wants to see you.
Thanks for the offer. Maybe I'll stop by.
Okay, so now I have been told thank you by the Triads. They've invited me for a drink later in the pub. And now I have to go and see Tracer Tong. Fucking hell. One of my old favourites was used to make these at school. I get a little bit of plaster of Paris, not much, and then essentially mix it up with black iron oxide, which we would get as a essentially black paint. So you get black iron oxide and aluminium powder, and a little bit of plaster of Paris, and a magnesium strip, and you just make them into little blocks. And you used to use them as fire starters, or fire lighters rather, for making bonfires and stuff. That's that'll light a fire, even if the wets were even if the even if you just cut down, fresh, very, very damp wood, that'll light it. That is just thermite, yeah. But yeah, it just amazes me how many things are easy to buy if you know what you're looking for and you ask for it from the right place. Art supplies are great. Yes, it would light it in a flood. You're right, exactly. You just don't want to get it on your hands whilst it's spitting molten iron everywhere. But good fun shit. Remember on an army cadets camp, we I used to stick tins of mixed fruit in syrup in the fire, and if our camp was going to get overrun, we'd just drop a couple of those or one of those in a fire, and then run and escape out the camp or go and hide or whatever, and then sit back and wait for the people who were invading our camp to sort of charge in, and then it would explode. I'm really, really glad I never actually maimed anybody with that, because that could have really, really hurt somebody. Definitely don't explode tins of syrup on people.
Yeah, that should be fucking could leave quite the scars if it's that hot.
Oh yeah. No, quite lethal. Basically, yeah, sticky, red hot.
Yeah, sugar, like
Yeah.
basically, bro.
Mm-hmm.
3rd-degree burns with that shit.
Oh, easily. Seriously, we were like, considering it was top level boarding school with supposedly the best and brightest, etc. Around. Where the fuck is Tracer Tong? And we were all basically a bunch of psychotic hoodlums. But, well, no, actually, thinking about it, when you look at Jeremy Clarkson, it's actually not that surprising.
Yeah.
I've been told his new show, Clarkson's Farm, is actually pretty good. Was it you saying you were watching it? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've watched a bit of it. Should look more. I can't really remember it though. It's been a while since I've seen it.
Hold on. You were sniping ROTC cadets with laser tag, reconfigured laser tag guns. But they had the laser tag kit set up on them. That sounds fucking hilarious. I remember getting a really one of the early home laser tag setups. And I can't remember what it was called, but it was basically they were using. It wasn't using laser. It was using an IR laser or IR beam to create the laser tag setup. And I worked out that and me and my mates were just running around shooting this, trying to shoot each other with this. And I basically just also had the TV remote control in my pocket because the TV remote was much more broadband, and widely effective. So the TV remote was basically a grenade. You couldn't work out why I kept on killing him, quite so effectively. Where am I going? Supposed to be finding Tracer Tong. Logs. Nothing in logs. Okay. Images, conversations. In the meantime, Mr. Tong wants to see you. Okay. Thanks, maybe I'll stop by. Where the fuck is Tracer Tong? Is he hiding in this space somewhere?
I want to learn more about the terms.
Tracer Tong's usually down here. I used to be so good at Laser Quest and laser tag games. I haven't been doing that shit in years. Not since, certainly not since I took up airsofting. I need to fucking go airsofting again. I haven't been in ages. Fucking lockdown's killing me. Supposed to go a couple of weeks ago and it got cancelled. All these really sweet airsoft guns. I desperately want to get some people to come along and join me. The only people who join me is Spyro, and every time Spyro goes, he injures himself horrendously.
Yeah, he does that, doesn't he?
Like, there I am, like, I'm in my 40s and I'm running around in the fucking woods all day, constantly, no problem at all. And, someone brings someone along who's in their 20s and he's fucking, oh, I've hurt my ankle, oh, I've hurt my this, and oh, I've fallen off my bike getting hit. And then the other time when he didn't go.
It happens once, right? And you're like, alright.
It's not just him, right? It's not just him. One of the last times I went, right? It wasn't last year. It was the year before, actually. Now, was it last year? It was last year. Went last year, and they had It was a hot day, and they warned everybody. Yeah, it was like it's really hot. Do airsoft guns require a license? No, sort of. You need a license to be able to buy them from places. However, there are ways around that, and we're not going to go into how you get around that because they actually closed the loophole that I used to use. But yeah, you basically need to be a member of a club to buy one. But to own one, you don't need one. As a result, I've got a whole load of them and not a license. Yeah, no, they'd warned everybody. It's really, really hot. Take drinks out, etc., etc. And everyone was like, "Yep, no problem at all." Because most of the people that go to my airsoft club are ex-military. It's actually a pretty good gang. They're all, pretty clued up, know what they're doing. But there are some kids that go. They had it was 2 kids basically. One actually passed out from heat stroke because they didn't think they needed to carry water around with them, and another one got chronic sunburn. And it was just like, you just sat there going, Jesus, these kids are so fucking flimsy. It's untrue. How do you not know? The guy's sat there going, look, I don't do welfare, I do warfare. That's his little catchphrase. Quite like it. He's like, you look after yourself. If you screw up, this, that, and the other. But it's a hot day. Make sure you take plenty of water out there with you because we're playing for 2 hours in the middle of the day and it's red hot. And everyone, all the people that know what they're doing got a bit of experience, no problem at all. They've been told these fucking kids, useless.
Yeah.
Zinc oxide and boonie hats, absolutely. I mean, you should see the state of me. I don't have a boonie hat. I'm out there with my AK, and my Shamur and lots of fucking scrim, and generally looking like a Haji. I well, you go out there, you play to be the bad guy, don't you? You got to give the other team something to some sort of sense of accomplishment. Oh, we killed that guy who was definitely a bad guy, etc. Except they don't. They just go, oh no, he shot me, he killed me. Why has he wiped out the entire team? Meh. Hold on a second. Got to go 5, 5, 6, 5, 5. Okay. Secret entrance back into first life. Amount of times people have complained about me. They just like, no, his guns are fine. This girl happened to, this was before COVID happened. This girl came airsofting. There's a couple of them actually. She hasn't been back, as far as I know, which is a bit of a shame. It might have been because of me.
Oh, great.
What, did you do, shooting them in the face?
No. She had quite large breasts.
Oh.
And she was not wearing enough protection over her breasts.
Yeah, you kept attacking the tit, of course.
And so I basically, gave her a full spray across the chest, as you do.
Standard bloke procedure.
Yeah.
The Chad move.
Bukake. BB Bukake. And she was like, ow, that really hurts me. And didn't come back.
What did she expect was going to happen? Did she think airsofting the pellets weren't going to hurt her?
I don't know. I think.
Somebody not tell her what was actually going on.
I don't know. She was most upset with. The hilarious thing was. The fun thing is that I was firing from fairly heavy cover, and she had no idea who had shot her in the tits. And then later on that game, sort of after the game, whilst we were sort of sitting there chatting, afterwards, she was there chatting to me, moaning about how some bastard had shot her in the tits. I was like, oh, that's terrible. Oh, I bet that really hurt. Stifles grin and laughter. I'm actually a really nice person. I'm not, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
I was gonna say if anybody knows you by now, then.
You know. Yeah, exactly. She should have worn. She should have worn the right protective kit. I actually offered to let her use my because I've got a.
God, what a simp.
No, I offered to let her use my Osprey for. Right, no, because my flak jacket weighs a fucking ton. It's really heavy and really hot, or at least it's not really heavy, really hot. It's for her. For her, no, not really. No, it was just like, hey, you can wear this. You won't feel a thing if you're wearing this. It will cover your chest and so on very nicely. I don't know the plates in it, but nonetheless, it's a pretty heavy piece of equipment. And no, she didn't want it. It's like, no, I'll boil in this. I mean, she would have boiled in it. If she'd worn it, she would have been absolutely fucking roasted in it because it was a hot day, which is part of the problem, I guess. Hot day, you can't wear much clothing because you're fucking boiling, and then some little shit shoots you in the tits.
Like I said, did she not know where she was going?
I mean, it could have been worse. Could have been worse. I could have done what I usually do, which is shoot for the knees, because that really stings. This not where I thought it was. God damn it. Oh dear. That said, there are a couple of girls that go airsofting that are proper mean. Know what they're doing. Pretty good. Don't expect special treatment. Don't get it, and are pretty fighty in the process. I've got time for that. That's okay. But yeah. Hate what? Sorry.
I personally can't stand
it. So. And what? You can't stand. You that was a content-free statement. It was just I am angry.
I can't stand women, is what I said.
Oh. Yes, we know you don't like the femoids, though.
That's why I'm always so apprehensive when a new one joins, and I'm just like, ah. That's why I always end up adding the women to the server, because I know they're okay people.
North end of the Canal Road tunnel, which is just east of the temple. Sent an agent that way once. She turned up in a key code. The nanotech research wing, but no data.
Someone's asking, do airsoft guns require a license?
A license? No, I did see that. No, they don't require a license. But as you know, you used to take the piss out of the you need roots to actually buying them.
Technically, yes, is what he's saying.
No, you don't need a license to own one.
You just gotta join a club that has the license, so you don't have to get it yourself.
No, you have to join the club, and you have to you have to go to that club consistently over a period of 6 months, and then you become a full-time member of that club. That gives you what's known as an UCRA license, which you'd have to pay for, which then gives you gives them the ability to sell you the guns. But to actually own one, you do not need the license. Which is why I have Mac 10s and AKs and Berettas and Pythons and all sorts, and you can sell them I could, for example, I could sell somebody a BB gun, without them having a license or me having a license, as a personal, I'm selling this to you type of thing. And don't get any ideas, D. I'm not selling you a gun.
I'll just buy my own, thank you very much.
I have all. Well, I need all of my guns because I like to go out there looking like I'm trying to be like Chow Yun Fat or something. Because you're not doing it properly unless
you
you've got.
The fat part, right?
I'm not fat. I'm big boned.
God, someone can't.
Trig young fat.
Trig old fat. Where the fucking hell? Where the fucking hell is this thing? See, this is the great thing about this game, right? This is pre oh, I'm doing this mission, so I'm going to select this mission and get a yellow dot to fucking track down. No yellow dot to track down, which sometimes is really, really cool, other times is a little bit on the frustrating side because you end up wandering around going, where the fuck am I? 249? Ooh, broke the gearbox on. Oh, that, ow. Oh, Sam, that sounds, oh, that's bad. That is a bit fucking rough, actually. I would have been a bit miffed if I was him, but saying that, new gearbox isn't the end of the world. But yeah, no, I have to admit, my AK wasn't modified straight out of the box, but it was a very, very good make, so it doesn't need it, and it's actually a bit on the warm side, so to speak, in that it does shoot a bit spicy. Yeah, I bet he was a sad boy for that one. The 2 foot. Oof. I am kind of sad for him. That kind of sucks.
Oh God.
€50 for a new one. Damn. I bet he was. I bet he was. When I got mine, when I got my AK, which I mean, it's not. It's actually not an AK. It's a Type 56/2 because it is the Chinese variant. And
I'm gonna heat up some food. I'll be back.
all right. Yeah. When that arrived, it was kind of wild because the guy that delivered it was kind of freaked out that he couldn't just hand it to me, that it had to be signed, and he was being made to check my ID and so on. And he was like, what is in this? I've never had to do any of this before. I was just like, I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. Lol. I was like, well, I kind of almost believe you. You know, this is weird. Why do I have to go through all these security checks? Like, just so that kids don't get their hands on stuff that they shouldn't. But yeah, I was stoked to get my AK.
It's a bit of a beast.
Well, the thing is, the AK's a beast, and yeah, but the real beast is the Mac 11. 525.
Nasty.
No, the Mac. Yeah, well, the Mac's insane because it will fire. It fires at a firing rate of about 25 rounds a second. And so, like you've seen the you've seen the Mac 11 firing, haven't you? It. Were you there when I was firing it at beer cans and beer bottles?
You cut one in half or something.
Yeah, we cut a beer we cut a bottle, a beer bottle in half with it. Normally, you shoot a beer bottle and a BB will just ping off it. Hey Charlie. And yeah, no, we fired the Mac 11 at it and it just shattered the beer bottle, just absolutely obliterated it. Which was a bit sort of, even I was a bit taken aback.
Fuck.
Well, I didn't expect it to do that, you know? It's more than I expected it to do. Shall we say? You know, expect it to maybe knock stuff over. But no, not 0.2 gram BB or heavier. For my pistols and the Mac 11, I use 0.2 BBs. For the AK, I tend to use 2.7s. Just because it fires with the 0.2, it fires at was it 370 feet per second, which is pretty spicy. It's just within the limit of the club will allow. So if I put the 2.7s in, it slows them down a bit, but they fly very, very straight, essentially. So I don't have them flying all over the place. Do also have some steel BBs because I've got a 6-shooter that is totally bonkers. It's not 47 or 74. It's actually a Type 56-2. So Chinese variant. But my 6-shooter I can't use because it for some reason fires at 470 feet per second. Which, if I were to take that and use that in an airsoft and game environment, it would basically bury into people. Yeah, it's basically I use both. Yeah, it's a Dan Weston 6-shooter. Yeah, CO2, but I have that just to play with in the garden, yeeting stuff. It's but I wouldn't want to be hit by it. It's just a tad spicy. I guess I'll just keep it for pest control. Oh no. You know, out of all my guns, the Dan Wesson 6-shooter is kind of my least favorite. I've got two very nice 1911s, which I tend to sort of, for doing CQB work, I'll break those out because they're great for close quarters battles. If it's in a building somewhere, they're great because I can just run around like I'm doing a hard boiled kind of thing. I've got a Beretta that's a fully automatic Beretta, which is pretty fucking sweet. It does tend to juice the CO2 cartridges pretty quickly. I can't just mag dump with it because it gets 3/4 of the way through the mag and runs out of gas, which is kind of wild. But in short bursts, it's pretty controlled. That's really nice too. Which I think is with the 6-shooter is it's like 3 out of 6 shots will be dead accurate, straight as a die, and absolutely evil. But the other 3 shots do tend to go off at weird angles from time to time. Not quite sure why. I might need to look into if there's a fault with it or something. Quite possibly is. Tokyo Marui, as I understand it, are very good. They're a little bit weak. Yeah, as you say, they're 280 feet per second, but they are the absolute top of the, shall we say, plastic fantastic side of things. Now, every single one of my guns is steel. And I'll be perfectly honest, the Mac 11, which I was saying earlier, is let's just say it wouldn't take many modifications to make it into a real thing. It's a very similar mechanism to the real deal, and the weight of it is certainly sufficient to make me think it would be possible to use the chassis to manufacture something a little more real into it, which is, I can understand why governments sometimes have a problem with that, mind you. I don't really think people should have to have a license for a gun. Have I handled any bullpups? In real life, yes. Yes, I'm very familiar with the SA-80 variant line of assault rifles that the British Army use. Let's just say that. I've also used the old FNFAL as in SLR configuration, and would I consider a Bren gun to be a bullpup? I don't suppose a Bren gun is. I've also used various guns like Enfields and a range of rifles actually. But not for a long time. I haven't used anything that shoots real bullets for a very long time. I haven't used the FAMAS. I am well aware of the FAMAS. Very good gun, from what I hear. Hey, Sil. God damn it. I need to put some skill points into heavy weapons so I can use that goddamn gap gun a bit better. Or, maybe.
Didn't you pick up a pulse rifle a while ago?
I ditched it.
Oh, is it shit?
No, I just don't have the
Alright.
space.
Fucking burn my fingers.
Literally, inventory management is so fucking important in this game. Lol. You know when you know these guys are there. Welcome back, Di. Do you have warm food now?
Well, I fucking burnt my fingers though.
They're phasing out the FAMAS in favour of the HK416. Don't blame them. 416 is a really good platform. I mean, let's face it, it's basically an Armalite. Sorry, Di, we are being the big gun nerd in chat at the moment. But
Yeah, it happens, man. I'm used to it. These conversations happen quite often.
Yep. No, the HK416 is a very good platform. I see no reason why they shouldn't, and it also means that they end up essentially conforming and with the American systems that are being used. I don't know why the Brits still insist on the SA-8T, to be honest. It's even the Mark III, from what I hear, is only so-so. You know it's still bad when people keep on telling you how accurate the rifle is, because all rifles, all of these rifles, they all have the same barrel, the same rifling in them. They're all as accurate and as good as each other, basically. What they should do, is, and I'm gonna essentially mirror what Ian Gun Jesus himself said not so long ago, is that they should basically unretire the EM2 and
Horace said Israel makes some great weapons.
Israel do make good guns. I will grant that, but they're essentially, I mean the Galil is essentially the AK. But no, what they should do is get the EM2 out of retirement and put the 6.5, what is it, 6.5 Creedmoor round, configure it to that round, and so make it a beefed up full battle rifle round. Well, sort of heavier than intermediate, but not quite 7.62. That would be a very, very interesting round. Yes, we were made to deal with Americans, and America basically are a pain in the ass when it comes to these sorts of things. They are, oh, we're going to do it our way, and fuck you guys. You're going to do it this way too. We all know how I feel about what they what Wall Street do. Well, the American military establishment is really bad for this type of stuff as well. They insisted everyone use 223. Yeah, they turned down the FAL, which was a massive mistake. Really, really major mistake. The FAL is an amazing rifle. The Yanks just generally get a bit uppity if you want to do anything that's not their way, shall we say. And yeah, no, not good. Very, very nicked gut. And they act like they're the authority on it, and they're not, because everyone is now regretting the amount of times that people are now, actively seeking out 7.62. Certainly in Gulf War One, nobody wanted a 5.56 caliber round, because your engagement range was much further out than the 5.56 was good at. Yeah, the 7.62 actually I don't have a problem with. The 7.62 round NATO round is good. It's a solid round. The 5.56 is a pain in the ass though. It's a bit small. I mean, I'm better off with 303 Brit, which is a bit more of a chunky round. Bit more FAL or G3 FAL. I mean, I'm biased. I've used the FAL. It's a very, very nice gun. I haven't used the G3. I've got a friend that's got a G3, I believe, and he says it's a very, very good gun. So I don't think there's a huge amount between them, to be honest. But yeah, no, FAL is not just peak NATO. FAL is peak fucking right arm of the free world, literally. It is, dudes in short shorts, taking, and defending their homeland. Oops. Get fucked, bitch.
Have you eaten today, Trig?
Yes, I have done the food thing.
Big doubt, bro.
What do you mean, big doubt?
Do you have a habit of, like, leaving food to the last second and then being like, oh, it's 2 o'clock, everything's closed?
No, the thing is, I told you, I made a massive bowl of chili the other day. And
okay.
I had some chili earlier. I might even make another bowl of it in a minute. It was very, very good chili. That and did I tell you I've taken to making my own spice mix for my ramen noodles?
Oh yeah, you did mention.
Hello.
Aha.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Oh,
Die. Did you see the video I tagged you in the server? The guy making the ramen noodles. Whoa.
That's all right.
Oh shit! I don't think I watched it. I'll watch it.
Guga Foods. Right. Okay. I'm gonna plug.
You're hung up on the guy. I watch the guy all the time too.
Yeah. He does some damn good steaks. Yeah. He also has a channel called Sous Vide Everything, which is
I do.
Oh, he's one of the sous vide crap.
Sous vide's the way to go.
We're not going to go down the sous vide.
Well, it's so easy. Di could actually do it and cook nice meals.
I can cook. Excuse you.
Yeah, Di can cook.
What the fuck are you on about?
I figured.
Ooh.
Don't just throw insults like that, bro.
That's not an insult. I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
I forget.
Dare you?
You are Irish and you do take pride in certain things, as all women should.
Yeah, no, I can cook. I'm sure.
Oh yes, starting
I'm addicted to
responded to
adding
that little
spices to
tidbit
everything
thing.
now,
There's nothing wrong with adding spices to stuff. Making the spicy food is good.
It's fucking great, bro. People are always surprised at how I'm able to handle certain spices just because I suppose they think just all white people can't handle spice, but
Yeah, no, yeah, no, I've told you, but I don't play fair on this particular game, but I have punished Pakistanis for going, oh, you can't take spices, and then I've had them literally weeping with pain from the spices that I've subjected them to.
Yeah, that's good. Like I said, I grew up with my stepdad who just once he introduced spice, that was it, man. There's nothing back.
You know, I have travelled. I mean, oh, Singapore, right? Singapore, they will serve you Singapore noodles for breakfast. Yeah, they will have the spiciest fucking stuff, and it is woof. It is
That's
yeah.
something I was so disappointed in England though. They seem to like make everything so much like no spice at all in a lot of their foods.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Majority, not all, obviously.
Yeah, no, it's why I've given up on some of the takeaways around here, but
That's why I always send my stepdad in to get food certain times because they see him and they make it spicy because they're like, oh, he can handle spice. It's like when I go in, they're just like, oh, this little white girl, we have to make sure, you know, it's not too spicy for her, and I'm always so sad. I always have to ask them to make it really spicy, and they never do.
Well, what I always get is they have
Bro, this ramen is on a different level.
It's right. Are you watching it now?
Yeah.
Are you seeing what he's doing? It is the
Yeah.
That is some next level ramen. That is.
You know, I'm turning 40 this year, and that's probably what I'll need to do. Since steaks are not as important to me right now, because I eat them every day, maybe getting a good ramen might be the way to go.
I don't really like steak.
God, this freaking child.
Well, normally women don't normally, so it's not a big deal.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know why.
But that right, getting your char siu, pork, barbecue pork, right, and so on. I think I might have to invest in a barbecue smoker thingy.
Mm-hmm.
You got enough room on that back porch of yours.
Maybe. I do.
I mean, you got that table out there, and you want to make that a big, cluster of people that have a good time. So you add the bar in, you have that, and you have the smoker, and you all got to eat outside on a nice day.
This is my thinking.
Fucking vegans will be losing our minds.
Motherfucker. Thai beef drunken noodles served chef spicy. If the takeout run by natives, always ask for chef's hot. Okay, interesting.
So, how far are you along on your game trip?
My game, I am about getting towards the halfway point of this, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it's but I want to get through the Hong Kong section, and get to Paris tonight because I've got a sneaking suspicion that as of tomorrow it's going to be here's your massive reading list, and for the stream on Thursday, which is cool. Which is very cool, actually. Because we are doing 1930s up till the start of the Second World War. As I understand it, is the next stage, which is kind of spicy. It's a kind of spicy period. There's
very spicy. Now, I thought you guys should have done a show each for national and socialism.
Oh,
respective ways. Because you really kind of, flooded over that. Just fluttered.
It's so fucking difficult. The thing is, whilst remaining with the focus, which is essentially democratization, and the issues there. We got to the 1920s to 1930s era, and we were like, right, we'll cover the historic events. It's like, well, we also need to cover the kind of basic principles of the economics we're going to go into. Okay, but we also need to go into the totalitarianist and the rise of the totalitarian ideologies in that era.
You almost needed to do that show, then had the sublets branches.
We've already done. Essentially, we've already done, believe it or not, the best part of 10 hours of streaming on the period of 1920s to 1930s. And we still haven't even scratched the surface properly of it. It is a huge topic. I can rant for fucking hours on Lenin and Stalin, and
more on Hitler and the National Socialists.
I was going to say, and again on Hitler and the National Socialists, the Munich beer hall putsch, the sending Hitler to jail, him writing Mein Kampf, him getting out, him then basically orchestrating and getting into as Chancellor kind of by fluke, because the Germans had a rule that if you've been Chancellor before, you can't be Chancellor again, essentially, or if you've been Chancellor twice, you could. And so the only person that was left there for them to pick was Hitler. So he kind of got in as a Chancellor by fluke in the first place. He then did do overwhelmingly well the next time round. So again, democracy being the idea of a democracy being a bulwark against totalitarian is nonsense. Hitler romped in via a democratic system.
He took advantage of it, or
he didn't take advantage of it. He was a Democrat.
Potential.
He saw the potential. People also saw the potential in him. They voted for him. Yeah, in the system that they had, which is a mess of a system, to say the least. Anyway, which
So what was the damage of stripping Germany of its royalty?
Ugh. The damage of stripping Germany of its royalty. How can you say is you left Germany in a position where Germany was new. Germany was a new country. Bismarck had only just put Germany together. And only just put it together. Bismarck wanted, bear in mind, Bismarck wanted Germany to be separate states. But the general push was to make Germany into those states into a single country. The Austro-Hungarian Empire was sat there on the decline, but bear in mind we're talking Habsburgs at this point. The chins, the nose, the fucking shagging each other's, sisters and cousins. Inbreeding the mongoloid mutants that the Habsburgs were. And they were not treating the Germanic people very well. The Germanic people were, by and large, essentially a second-class citizenry in the Austro-Hungarian Empire. So that's where you were before the First World War. I mean, Hitler grew up in that, and Hitler, he says it very clearly in the in Mein Kampf how he became very nationalist towards Germany. You know, he wasn't a German, he wasn't German born, but he was German speaking. So he lamented what Bismarck had done for the rest of the German-speaking peoples, and that he wasn't part of it. Bismarck had then spent some time grooming the successor, the Kaiser, who then died and left Kaiser Wilhelm running the show, which wasn't exactly optimal, shall we say. He was untrained and unprepared for the role, and dragged everybody into the First World War. There's a whole series of mistakes there. What was the problem with leaving Germany's getting rid of Germany's royalty at that point? Is Germany had never really found its feet as a country, and it had gone from being stabilized under a monarchy, under a system that it knew, into the First World War, to having that torn away from it and being thrown this new system that America was basically insisting the whole fucking world be a democracy, because America decided that essentially a system that it had resurrected from the Roman Republic era. Let's be fair, America, I've said this to you before, American democratic system is essentially a revamp of the Roman Republic.
I agree with that.
So essentially, you've got this revamped system from 2,000 years ago being thrust on Europe, and everyone being told that it's a really good idea. England never really quite got there, because we still do have a monarchy, but we have a democratic system of our own right as well, in that we'd had our own revolution. Cromwell had fucked everything up royally. Sure, I don't need to tell anybody of Irish descent how bad Cromwell was.
Well.
And he was not good. He really wasn't. I'm not a fan of Cromwell. I do enjoy the meme.
Like that within history, dude.
There are a lot of people like that within history.
Away the big titty flops.
God. Ah, yes, that is indeed empowering, Sam.
Oh no. Have I missed the main objective of being here? Okay, I have.
Sam said they're only halfway through part 3 of the playthrough and haven't seen part 4. Did they miss anything particularly important?
No, you just you just missed me spazzing around in Hong Kong so far.
You know when your nose starts to hurt?
Yeah.
When you're in that like blue stage, it's not fun.
Too much cocaine.
For the fun reasons. I wish. I fucking wish, bro. Instead, it's just nasal spray.
I've used the excuse too. Just a decongestant, bro.
Right. Thanks.
I mean, get some Flonase or something. Stop that.
Yeah, I'm sure I can grab something at 20 past 12.
768.
Do you use any home remedies, Di? To take care of.
All the alcohol's gone in the house once again.
Well, You
I
do
have
have some other things than
paracetamol. I
alcohol.
have other things. I have nasal spray. You know, it's just I've done all I could.
What I do here, and it might sound horrifying, but I get like an eyedropper and fill with like a light saline, then wash my sinus cavities out when I'm getting a sinus infection.
You don't need to do that when you have nasal spray. It's literally made for that.
I do it because it stops infections quite
Well, no,
well.
no, the reason I say this is because like I suffer from severe sinus issues because I've told you before the fluid buildup in the forehead and all that lumps. The only thing that will properly flush it out, the nasal spray does the job.
Oh, I'm such a
It's not
fucking
fun though because then
spastic.
it drips down the back of your throat.
I like using a neti pot for some reason.
Ugh.
But I also had a doctor once said
Neti pots are actually not that great for you.
They're probably not.
They're more likely to clog your sinuses more so than clean them out.
So the last time I had a sinus problem and really complained about it, I went to a doctor, which he was I guess, a caveman. That's the only way I can describe this. And he gets about a foot long cotton swab thing, and he puts some yellow ointment on it and shoves it up my nose into my sinus cavities and rolls it around. You want to talk about weird ass pain?
It's not fun.
I never complained again about having sinus infection.
Have you ever gotten your ears syringed?
No.
It's actually pretty nice feeling. Though you get real dizzy after it.
Oh.
I am such a spaz. Right, okay.
They just put like lukewarm water through your ear canal to like
oh, that's interesting.
Clear out anything like because my problem is I have genetically wise I have small ear canals. So you have to be careful with that because it can get clogged and you can start not being able to hear and it could cause issue with your what's it called, fucking eardrum and cause infection and all that. So sometimes they'll get the ear syringe thing and they'll just put some water like all the way down into your ear canal and wash it out, and it actually it feels pretty nice.
Yes, I have heard that stuff because that's supposed to be better than using the Q-tip.
Oh no, the Q-tips are the worst thing you can do because what the Q-tip does is you'll scrape the inside of your ear slightly, but if there's like a bunch of wax, it'll actually push the wax deeper into your ear as opposed to removing it.
Okay.
You're more likely to get it. Do you know the you can get these pimple popping tools, right? They're actually used for
oh, not the pimple popping.
No. I'm not going down that line, but the tools have some of them are bent slightly, so they can actually end up being used to clean your ears as well. You put them in and it hooks into the wax, and you can pull it out. They're better to use than any Q-tip.
Silver nitrate treatment or cocaine to burn out the sinuses, neither are fun. Sorry, Magoot says that burning out your sinuses with cocaine is not fun.
No, it's actually not that bad. No, there's a lot. It's not that bad, dude.
Let me snitch your pussy, man.
I would agree.
I'm sure you might have a few nosebleeds for a while, but compare that to the pain I have in my forehead. It was a relief.
Why don't you do it off of clean toilet seats? You don't get this problem.
You do not do cocaine off toilet seats.
Bro, what fucking ghetto ass place are you?
I was gonna say that's some fucking whoa.
It's a weird time in my life. We don't talk about it.
I would, bro. Why? Surely, even above the toilet would be better.
You know, right? Okay, here's the thing, right? So some absolute fucking scumbag at nightclubs will put Vaseline on the flat surfaces on toilets, and what happens is people will knock up some lines of cocaine onto the toilet, onto the thing, and it just dissolves into the Vaseline, and they can't take it. Anyway, we're not talking about cocaine and stuff on YouTube. This is this is a very rapid route to getting fucking.
Right. Going back to like the ear canal.
Back to sinuses.
Yeah, let's talk about Dai's fixation for pimple popping videos. Oh, did I say that?
Pimple popping with surgeries.
You've raised the topic.
Do you think
so
I'm
why do you
ashamed? I'll
find
go
it?
into great detail and make
You know what? I can't talk because I fucking love watching plastic surgery.
It's fascinating. It really is.
You lot are fucked up, man.
Nah.
I wanted to be a dermatologist.
That freaks me out, man.
Let's ask the peanut gallery. Involve them. Do you guys want to hear about Dai's obsession?
Nobody, no.
It's not an obsession. It's just it's nice. There's just something satisfying of like seeing something. Like some people have
but
really
I watch
intense.
People trim cows' feet for some reason.
I also watch that. Get on my horses are really great to watch.
Because you're doing something nice for the animals and.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt them. Like before I didn't know anything. Like I didn't realize that that's how they did. I didn't realize their hooves were basically like nails for us. Like there's not much feeling. Obviously, if you go too deep,
Yeah.
But people that know what they're doing.
Especially dairy cattle have horrible hoofs, and there's a whole YouTube section about it.
Well, when you see like
trimming hooves,
some abused animals like donkeys and things like that they found, like the fucking hooves grow crazy. Like, you have to take care of them.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
They all cave round and shit, and then the horses can't fucking walk and stuff. They have to be fucking cobbled.
It's like sheep as well. Like you hear vegans like, oh, how dare you?
I found something you might like
to get the sheep wool and all that. It's like, well, actually, you have to shave them because it'll go out of control and hurt the sheep. Like you have to shave the sheep sometimes.
Yeah, no, big time. Oh wow, yeah, yeah.
You hear some vegans are like, oh, I'm not going near that because it can't. You fucking took that from a sheep. Like it's like, yes. If we left the sheep with this on, it would just fucking mat and end up pulling at their skin.
Yeah, they really suffer. There's there was what was it? I remember seeing a sheep in New Zealand that had basically managed to escape being sheared for years, and it had got just a massive, really manky coat on it, in a really bad way.
Oh yeah,
it looked like liquid concrete.
Very
I've seen that.
Very painful. Because the thing is that after they remove it too, like the weight that's on the sheep as well with all that wool, like if it's gone out of control, like there's been people that have like managed to rescue some sheep and they've taken like the massive chunks off of them, and the wool is so heavy, and carrying that around and having that pull at the skin, it's agony for the sheep. Like you have to shave them.
Yeah, what is it? They do something now, Dai, with horses. That they 3D print a hoof cap, basically. Instead of shoeing them, now they put this cap on and fill it with resin.
I think I might have watched the video you're talking about. It's kind of like a solution that they fill the whole thing with.
Yes, it's a solution to where you don't. They think it might be better than actually shoeing because you can actually add texture to these 3D printed hooves. And then they fill it up with So I think
I have seen that they're not as durable. It would seem.
Well, that technology's coming where it will.
It's not there yet, but
right.
Like once they get a good solution that will obviously stick for longer.
Yeah, because
it'll be the best way to go.
Hoof in it, then they fill it up with some type of resin.
And I've
over the corium
video,
of the actual foot, and you don't have to worry about shoeing. But if shoeing does right, it's worked for 1,000 years or longer. It's not been.
No, and then some people are just very, very talented as well on shoeing, and
absolutely,
some people just prefer it too. Because I believe the solution method is very expensive still, just because it's a new thing, and they're still kind of doing their best with different types of solutions and things like that. It's a work in progress, but it's gotten quite well.
I know Ireland's a big horse country. Kind of like England and the United States is.
Oh yeah, they love their horse racing over here.
Yeah, the pikeys do. Travelers.
No, just there's a lot of people just
I was actually the thing I watched on YouTube was from an Irish farm. They were trying this on.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it's just a lot of interesting stuff anymore. I pill around. I waste so much time on YouTube anymore.
Sorry, I'm just reading Sam says like, sorry, but Peter told me shearing sheep is capitalistic animal abuse, so you're gonna have to stop that.
Yep. Peter also. What was the? They were bang.
More animals than fucking anything.
Oh, what did you see? The thing Peter was saying the other day
Sometimes
that drinking milk was essentially raping animals.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck are these people on? Seriously, they are just absolute mongoloids. Absolute.
Remember the whole episode with the sea shepherd and the guys fighting the whales and all that bullshit, and the Japanese hiring mercenaries just to be putting them down. they quit doing it after the Japanese hired mercenaries. Not so tough now when they actually point guns at you.
No.
Oh my god, don't even get me started on teeth issues. Don't fucking even get me started on teeth issues. Me and Trick can talk your ear off on that.
On what?
Teeth issues.
Teeth? Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh no.
Well, one of you's British, and I don't know if the
Yeah, the thing
Irish
is,
follow the same suit as the English.
the thing is, yeah, no, right,
Yeah,
okay.
We have basically a lot of the same issues just because nothing is covered.
healthy.
No,
you have to pay out of pocket.
It's not just that. It's not just that. Our good friend who knows about these things on the genetic level has confirmed that actually the British and the sort of the Anglo gene, if you will, has a propensity to have a slightly more acidic or whatever it is saliva. So unless you take really good care of your teeth, you are going to be prone to more teeth issues.
I mean,
yeah, my father though had very very good teeth. It was just the wisdom teeth issue because my mouth is just a lot smaller. So when the wisdom teeth came down, it was a massive fucking problem for me.
Yeah.
And we had and the thing is, instead of just going and getting them removed, you have to go on a waiting list to them for them to then approve for you to get them removed. Otherwise, you have to pay like fucking $1,000 or $2 out of pocket just to get them removed. And by the time that they approve it, the teeth have already grown down and fucked up your whole mouth, which was my experience.
Yeah, no, it's basically is the yeah, no, we do have.
So the Anglo gene, which includes me.
The Anglo
child as well.
The Anglo, yeah.
Fixing my teeth,
It's
like pulled 9 teeth out.
It's just a matter of taking good care. My main problem is yes, certainly I have weak teeth. But I because of choices I made in my 20s, I had some problems. And then I decided to spend lots of money on getting veneers put in, and all the veneers eventually broke, and then I had to have them all crowned, and then you had to have them recrowned, and so on and so forth, and etc. etc. So
most of that will not get covered either. So
no, it was all privately done. If the truth were known, I have spent probably £25,000 at least.
I know. We've talked in length about
yeah.
teeth issues. The thing is, it's the worst pain, worst fucking pain. Like I was having nightmares, waking up thinking my jaw was broken because of the severe pain I was in. Like that whole thing of like getting pliers and wanting to pull it out yourself because it's so much pain isn't a joke. Like you will get to that point in sometimes where you literally would rather just start pulling your own fucking teeth out than deal with the pain.
Problem is, I have an extreme overbite. My top teeth touches the bottom of my gum line.
Oh damn.
Yeah, that will cause a lot of jaw problems.
Well, the thing is, my teeth are bad. I need to fix them. But the problem is, my lower teeth are curving backwards.
Because of the overbite.
Yeah. Right now, they're self-sharpening each other.
Yeah, that's not good.
So I'm going to have to get all of those front teeth pulled. Then
no, you don't need to pull those. No, you don't really need to pull those teeth. What they could do is actually shave them. So you'll end up shaving the teeth to get the line right, and then they'll try and push your jaw forward. Like a lot of the time with an overbite, they actually have to do more on your jaw in surgery just because they have to push it forward. Doing anything to the teeth, removing the teeth won't fix that problem. It's the jaw.
A lot of times I do mispronounce my words even on here.
No, but I'm saying like if you have a severe overbite, the only way of fixing that is with surgery on the jaw. If they go near, there's nothing really they can do with the teeth other than try and push the bottom ones out.
Self-sharpening.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I can feel on top of my mouth. My lower teeth almost hit the top of my roof of my mouth. That's how.
Oof. Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
Like that's something I have to address at some point, or,
I imagine that's gonna be very like. But what the easiest one I would say is that they would do the surgery on the jaw and push the jaw forward slightly and align the teeth, and then they'll have to then kind of shape them so that you can have a proper bite down. But that would be the easiest solution, just like moving the jaw forward and shaving the teeth, as opposed to like.
Something funny, my wisdom teeth didn't come in.
Oh, I'm not surprised. I most of my family, funny enough, had their teeth gotten when they were like in their 30s to 40s. Some I even know like got them in their 60s, like crazy. They can just come down. I got them more young. I was like 15, 16 when mine started coming down.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, a core problem with my teeth was the fact that I actually had wisdom teeth that decided to impacted wisdom teeth. Were a nightmare. All four of them, top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right, all came in horizontally, smashed into the back of all of my back teeth. But no, one thing I'm thinking about doing is now it's going to cost me some money when if I can do it, is get a whole bunch of implants.
Yeah.
And basically,
what they do
is they'll put a plate into your gums. And then essentially build a ceramic tooth with a titanium screw in it, or even make a titanium tooth. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, no.
And then they just screw it on in there.
Yeah, the procedure is like they literally all your teeth are removed first of all.
Yep.
Or if they're already gone, and then they like slice open your gums and peel it back, and then they get this plate and they literally screw it into your skull.
Yeah.
Not your skull, your
jaw
and shit like that. Yeah. And then they peel it back over it. And then obviously the teeth are in it and all that kind of stuff beforehand.
Yeah,
and they peel the gums and they try and peel the gums correctly around each tooth so it looks natural. I've heard the healing process is a nightmare.
Well,
if you do it well, like they come out great.
I know someone that's had it done. My dad had it done recently, and he swears by it. He's just like, this is really, really good.
Yeah, no. Once you get over the pain and hopefully you don't get any infections and things like that, the effect of it, if you've looked after it right in the healing process, is like amazing. I've heard like a lot of people talk highly of it.
Okay, tracking down Dowd. Okay. Just ever so quickly. There's in the actual game, just that we're now hitting Illuminati territory in the game.
Oh, cool.
And it's starting to bang on about we've just decrypted the ambrosia, not the virus itself, but the ambrosia is the vaccine for the virus that's going around, and it's built in a molecule that is 17 segments with 23 coupling points, which is Illuminati numeric systems.
Imagine having something like this actually happen, bro.
Here's the thing: is that well, look, you can look into the Illuminati yourself if you want to, but
I've looked into it many times.
So you know who Adam Weishaupt is then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, just checking. Because
I went through a phase of going into that stuff.
Yeah. This it's a good the things in this game are yeah.
Do you remember as well the memes going around back in the day, but nothing but the Illuminati stuff?
Thing is, I mean, it's an open secret, but it's an open secret now. But 20-ish years ago, you started talking about the Illuminati or the Bilderberg Group. People were like, "Lol," like that's real, and then people like Luke Rudowski kept on fucking staking out the Bilderberg Group and interviewing them as they got off the planes and stuff like that. And very rapidly they ended up having their own website. So
I'm gonna leave this plate down. I'll be right back. Jesus Christ, Chico.
what have I got to do now? I do have to go speak to. God damn it! I was just in the right place. Oh, Magoo, you've read the Illuminati trilogy. I have the Illuminati trilogy and Schrodinger's cat on my bookshelf. Very, very cool series of books. Robert Anton Wilson. I've read a lot of his books actually. He was a pretty wild dude. I've got some Tim Leary stuff as well. If you're going to read Robert Anton Wilson, you may as well have a look at what Tim Leary was up to. He was who was it? What was the girl? The actress it was Robert Anton Wilson's goddaughter. Winona Ryder.
Don't know if I care for your sense of humor.
Humor?
The Illuminati stuff. I was risking my life in there.
No joke, Mr. Denton. They're quite real, though not as powerful as they were at the beginning of the century. I know a few of the former leaders.
Like Stanton Dowd?
Yes, plus Beth Duclair, Morgan Everett. Most of them in Paris, I understand.
What did they have to do with it?
A question for Dowd.
Magoo, I used to have the Principiate at Discordia.
A valuable informant.
Yeah, I have. I don't have the history of the Illuminati by Wilson, but I know the history of the Illuminati. I know the history of the Illuminati, or
See if he knows where the ship is
various
going,
bits of it.
so we can stop it. In any case, it is time you left Hong Kong. There is word of a UNATCO agent searching for you here. A German, they say. Augmented.
Tell your people not to tangle with him. I'll deal with him myself.
Okay.
Well, guys, I gotta run off here and grab something to eat. I'll be back in a little while.
Alright, dude. I will catch you in a little bit. The Illuminati and their elusive nature, etc., is a very interesting one. Let's just say that they are, like in the game itself, one of a number of cabals of. Good lord. So, I have found someone else that knows that if you can't see the Fnord, it can't eat you.
Yeah, you know him?
I think Harley Philbin knows how to contact
I still like dropping into things occasionally.
the Illuminati, though.
I guess we'll find out.
See if anyone understands what the fuck Fnord is.
I
Hmm.
lied.
Nope. See, there you go.
Never heard that word before.
That's because you haven't read the Principia Discordia.
Don't know what that is, so yes, correct.
Oh, you'll have to read. It's Robert Anton Wilson, weird, crazy Illuminati stuff. How are things? Things are well. I am back in New York, trying to track down the Illuminati in the game, and things with me in general are pretty good. I have been being the boomer this weekend and doing gardening and sanding down and oiling my weights equipment out in the garden, and my table. Nothing nothing like sitting out in the garden polishing your wood whilst talking to your neighbours.
You need to get a cat trainer.
Have I ever been to Hong Kong? I have never been to actual Hong Kong. I have been to Singapore.
For Hong Kong, bro.
Yeah, no, I know. I had a friend of mine that was living out there for ages as well, and he kept on hassling me to go out there. And all the time he was hassling me to go out there, I was very much the poor boy and didn't have the money to spend to fly out to see him. And then shortly after he left Hong Kong and came back to the UK, I got decent job and was earning decent money and was then flying out to places like Singapore. And he was rather pissed off that I was flying out there and going over to Australia and New Zealand and places. Yeah.
You know the Israel Parliament just got rid of their prime minister of 12 years.
Yeah, Netanyahu has been booted out. Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they've been trying to oust Netanyahu for a long time. They've had him up on criminal charges a couple of years ago for fraud and various other things, and he basically kept on getting away with it. Now, I don't know whether or not he is getting away with it. I don't know whether or not there's an awful lot of aspects with regard to this one that
Naftali Bennett, the leader of the right-wing Yemen party, was in the position of prime minister until August 2023. After which Hid, a centrist opposition leader, will take over until 2025.
What I am concerned about on that, well, I'm not concerned. As I've said many times before, with regards Israel and Palestine, I don't have a horse in that particular race. I try to stay well clear of Israel and that whole series of questions, because let's just say I wouldn't have done what was done and set Israel up in that position in the first place. I somewhat disagree with it.
It's been an interesting situation, at least with the Irish, because the you know the fucking, what are they called?
Paddies? Pikeys?
No. Ireland's in the whole Israel fucking Palestine shit. Palestine's been like saying,
Yeah.
brandishing the Irish flag and shit like that.
Yes, they've basically been trying to engender the support of Ireland and try to go, look, we're just like Northern Ireland, and they're nothing like it.
No, not even Northern Ireland, just Ireland itself.
Yeah. It is.
What's been funny is watching the politicians side with them, and then other politicians be like, "Oh, but Israel," and then they're having that fight everywhere.
My issue is with Israel is that they have acted extremely bullishly in that area ever since the setup of Israel. I wouldn't have set Israel up there in the first place. Seeing as there's no, the people that wanted Israel setting up, you could have given them somewhere like New Mexico, as far as I'm concerned. Could have found any desert shithole you liked, other than somewhere right in the middle of Arab states. Because it doesn't take very much looking into it to find out that, oh, you know what? You know who really, really, really hates Jewish people? Muslims. Setting up Israel right in the middle of a bunch of Muslim states was asking for trouble. It really was. Now, also the fact that there is whole piles of scripture that say once they're back there, it's heading towards the end times. So you end up with all the nutcase, death cultist religions, or sort of sects of religions, shall we say, loving the idea that Israel's back there because it's bringing about the second coming of Jesus and the end times. But, the whole idea is fuck that.
Jean should get involved in this. He always has something interesting to say in regards to that whole thing. He was talking to Ez the last day about it.
I know, unironically, actually, that who had a really good idea about this? Let's just say someone suggested that Madagascar could be the new Israel. And you know what? That would have worked out really well. Give them a big fucking island in the middle of nowhere where they've got no one next door to them.
Why should we give them anything? Why? Why? Why should we give them anything?
Right, okay.
That's always what they get. We just give them shit. All the time.
No, right. Like I said, I don't like getting into this conversation, especially not on
YouTube as well.
Yeah, because you end up with these sorts of conversations and these questions which get a bit, iffy, shall we say. The reason I say Madagascar, well, A, for the meme, because lol. You know who suggested Madagascar, don't you?
That was Rose, wasn't it?
No. It was a certain austere German painter.
Oh, right.
Yeah, suggested moving the European Jewish.
Oh, by the way, apparently anyone leaving Ireland currently going abroad has been fined by security over here. Literally trying to flee the country, it'll all get fined.
Well, England was trying to do this with anyone taking a holiday in England this last year.
Were being. It seems like Eddie would leave the country for any reason. The plebeians leaving.
Yeah, I know. I'm wondering how long it's going to take people to start getting as angry as I am about this. I mean,
Well, then you saw like the fucking G7 summit people, right, on the pedestal things and pretending to social distance, and then there was somebody who was like, oh, when they thought the cameras were off, and then everyone was like huddled together and like, act.
You know what? Good. You know what? I give them all the fucking coof. I hope they get it. I was waiting. I would love.
They're not fucking scared of the coof. It's nothing about the coof.
Of course, I'm not fucking scared of the coof. You know why? I mean, it was a thing. We know people that have had it, etc., etc. Yes, it was a thing. But it was not much.
No, sure. What was it like? Comparing the statistics of like, what was it? 99% of people that have got it usually end up falling.
You know what is far, far worse for your health than the coof?
Cancer.
Knowing Hillary Clinton.
Person that
there was another one committed suicide. Yeah. Literal. I fucking tweeted it earlier on today. I literally went, right, okay. Surgeon General's warning. Fraternizing with Hillary Clinton can seriously, endanger your life.
So how many people now do we know that
killed themselves, died for weird reasons, had car accidents, fallen, had weird boating accidents, generally just vanished off the face of the earth, etc. It's about 64.
There's probably more.
The Clinton body count, as they call it, if I remember rightly, is something like 64.
That's the ones we know of.
Oh, that's not counting all of the fucking people that were, basically fucked over in Benghazi and airstriked and stuff like that. Yeah, if you want to count that lot, it's fucking thousands. But no, the close personal friends, the people who reported on things, the people who were, business associates of, the people who were bodyguards of the Clintons, some quite high-ranking military officials, people who were officers of high rank.
You don't feel like killing yourself anytime soon, Trick?
I am feeling very, very healthy and happy with life. And as much as I might act like I may or may not have information that would lead to the arrest and imprisonment of Hillary Clinton, I can categorically say I do not have any information of the sort, and any rumours to say that I do are completely misleading. And if I did, they would be sequestered away off my person in a place where, if I died, they would be released.
Everyone's gonna be real puzzled how you got like 7 shots in the back of your head, like while you've managed to like.
In a freak accident, Trig manages to kill himself with his BB gun.
No. He's gonna get 7 shots in the back of the head, right? And he's gonna like have his body chopped up and put into separate bags, and somehow the cops are gonna be like, "God, this is an elaborate suicide, man."
I tell you.
How you managed to do this?
I tell you, these smart ass suicides, were they? You're just trying to prove a point, making police feel stupid. Yeah.
I mean, who do you think you are, Houdini?
I do find it funny, somebody that's like, I want to commit suicide, but I'm going to make it an elaborate suicide just to puzzle people, just to fuck with people.
There's a great book. In fact, right, everybody should always read. Yeah, go find any Douglas Adams book there is. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, well worth a read. Read all of them. But is it The Long Dark Tea Time of the Soul? I think it was. Long Dark Tea Time of the Soul is a particularly good book of his.
What was it, Long?
The Long Dark Tea Time of the Soul. There's 2 books. There's Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency, which they made a TV series of, they actually made 2. They made a Netflix one, which... Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency. The Netflix TV is not bad. The British one was actually pretty decent. The book is excellent. But in The Long Dark Tea Time of the Soul... yeah, there we go. Well, actually, portray almost exactly that, right? In there is a suicide that happens to a guy where he is sat in a chair, and he is sat in a chair basically listening to music, and it looks like he's sitting quite serenely listening to music, and the only thing that gives it away that it's a suicide is his head is on the record player, going round in circles, and it's making the record player skip. It was in a room that was locked from the inside, and there was no way in.
Classic.
And the police break in there, and they go, "Well, we can't find a way out of the room. It was locked from the inside, and no one seems to have left. And so it must be a suicide because it couldn't have happened any other way. But I'm damned if I can work out how it happened." And of course, it actually turns out that it's actually the Norse gods are playing up in that particular one. It's a really, really, really good episode, really good book. You've got Odin has basically sold Valhalla to a British lawyer for the price of being housed in a very, very, very exclusive retirement home. Because he's got a thing for linen sheets, and he as long as he supplied linen sheets freshly pressed every day, he was happy to sign over Valhalla to these British lawyers. I've not given away anything from the story is excellent, especially Thor getting good and pissed off.
Of course, you gotta love that.
And in the process, finding himself superglued to a warehouse. Lying on his back, superglued to a warehouse floor, getting very, very angry because he can't move. Seriously, anybody read Dirk Gently's books? They're excellent. Also, the how the fuck did they get the sofa stuck in the stairs? Because they can't work out how to get there's a sofa stuck on a spiral staircase, and they cannot work out how to get it up or down the spiral staircase. It seems to be stuck in the middle, and no one can work out. No, no, you haven't, because it couldn't have got there in the first place.
Oh yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I had a similar issue.
No,
you get the sofa up the spiral staircase and it just won't work.
No, but you don't. You're not understanding, D. Yeah, it's stuck halfway up the spiral staircase. Yeah, and it can't get down, and it can't get up. So how did it get there in the first place?
Sheer determination.
No. You have to read. You have to get to the end of the book to work out how the fucking sofa got into this particular position, because there's just no way it could have got there. And they're having an awful lot of difficulty trying to work out how it got there. It is, of course, a matter of temporal physics. Because Douglas Adams is a very, very intelligent chap, or was a very, very intelligent chap. They used to think he was a sci-fi writer for some reason. He definitely wasn't a sci-fi writer, but he was...
So what you're saying, was it a Philadelphia experiment?
I'm saying read the book. You'll enjoy it.
Damn it. Read, nigga, read.
He said the gamer word, guys. Oh no.
Because you have the audiobooks as well, don't you?
I have the what?
The audiobooks.
I have all, yes. I don't actually have the audiobooks of Dirk Gently. I do. I've. Okay, I have for the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I have the audiobooks read by Stephen Fry. I have the radio show in its original format. The audiobooks, by the way, are on cassette recordings. I have an old cassette player specifically so I can listen to those things. I have the radio play, which are slightly different to the audiobooks. I have the complete Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series in a book, and I have a series of hand illustrated versions of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy books in hardback, which are beautiful books and very, very well illustrated. They were bought for me as a gift, and they are.
If I'm ever sending you a place trick, if I just read one of your books.
You are always welcome, Di. You are always welcome. You know that.
One thing I'd love for us to do is, because you have the telescope, the proper one as well.
I have a telescope in my back garden, yes.
It'd be nice to bring that out one of the days.
Yeah, and it's dark enough around here sometimes. For it to actually be used. Sometimes get a bit too much background light.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like out here, I really like one of the days, because my uncle loves that kind of stuff. I'll have to buy him a proper telescope, because the skies out here would be lovely.
Yeah.
Not too much light pollution.
Yeah, because you once you get light pollution, you're a bit screwed. But yeah, no, I've.
Yeah, England, like in London especially, is the worst I've ever seen. Like you look up and it's just fucking, like you can't see anything. Just grey, fucking like murky brown color in the sky.
Yeah, I know, it's horrible. But
You ever read The Day of the Jackal? She turned up dead close to a party soon thereafter. Ross from Friends did it, and she had accused various politicians and one friend of Pope Francis of being involved in an underage prostitution ring in 2018.
Have I ever read Day of the Jackal? Day of the Jackal is a good book. I read Day of the Jackal. And what was the other book I read? Back in 90 and 92. Fucking hell! I'm trying to remember the name of it. God, they made a crap film about it. But it was right. I read Day of the Jackal and the Bourne Identity. and I just finished reading The Bourne Identity, which is very, very, very difficult. Very, very different rather from the film, because in the book, Jason Bourne is an assassin, obviously. That much is the same. But he's an assassin who has basically been tailor-made, if you will, and designed to hunt down a guy called Ilich Ramirez Sanchez, who was also known as Carlos the Jackal, which the Day of the Jackal was linked to, because Ilich Ramirez Sanchez liked the book, The Day of the Jackal, and called himself, or was named after, the Jackal. But Ilis Ramirez Sanchez was a terrorist for hire slash assassin slash general kind of bad guy, etc. There's rumors that he was involved in all sorts of stuff. He was involved in a series of bombing campaigns. Potentially, he was involved with the Red Army faction in Germany, also known as the Baader-Meinhof group. He also bombed a bunch of vehicles and things in France.
The E3 shit was happening today as well. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. Just the E3 live thing. All the games is on tonight. It's on currently.
Here I am talking about historical, interesting people. Yeah, yes. Game thing happened today as well. Yes. God damn it, Di. It was about to tell you one. Right, okay. I'm gonna tell you anyway. Fuck you with your fucking. Oh look, distraction. No, right. Carlos the Jackal, Ilich Ramirez Sanchez. Yeah, I just finished reading the book Day of the Jackal and stuff about him, and suddenly he gets fucking captured in France. Well, no, not in France, in Syria. He was arrested by the French, and they drag him off and tried him, and he's still in jail, I believe. But he was involved in an incident in France. Right, and check this out. Yeah, Playboy hijacker, several Euro, Red Armies, PLO, etc. Yeah, Mago, he was quite the wild chap in many respects. Almost a sort of James Bond villain type bad guy. But he was sat in France, playing guitar in some sort of hippie commune kind of deal, when the French secret police and some special forces guys tried to take him down. They kicked the door open and tried to arrest him. And this is where they actually found his identity, because they didn't know who he was at this point. He must have had a gun taped to the back of his guitar. But basically, yeah, he pulled a gun out of nowhere, so seemingly, dropped the guitar and shot a bunch of French police officers and legged it, and that's how they found his passport. But yeah, he was a really fucking wild and interesting dude. When he was asked about the judge who was trying him, he went, "That guy's a real star, that one." Dr. David Kelly and his strange death. Dr. David Kelly and his strange assassination by the British Prime Minister Tony Blair. I mean, his strange death for seemingly no reason whatsoever. Yes, I do remember Dr. David Kelly. Dr. David Kelly didn't do. Yeah, no, that was all. You know what? I wouldn't mind actually doing a YouTube episode about David Kelly and some of the other things at some point. I'll have to have a chat with Scrump about it and see if we can put something together on that front.
Big story at the clinic. I interviewed the doctors, poker-faced as politicians.
Poor old David Kelly. I also remember the guy Litvinenko. Is it Litvinenko that got stabbed in the thigh with the end of an umbrella, and inside at the end of the umbrella was a tiny little tablet of polonium, and it poisoned him to death. Yes, he just went for a walk and had a heart attack for no particular reason whatsoever. Yeah, David Kelly was assassinated essentially because he told and wrote a paper that said Tony Blair was full of shit. Polonium is definitely a very bad way to go, yeah. Gerald Bull was building the supergun for Saddam. The supergun was such a fucking red herring, though. It really was. All of the weapons of mass destruction for Saddam were all massive red herrings. Because for a start, right up until 92, right up until, was it 90, whenever it was, until the invasion of Kuwait, Saddam was very definitely our guy in the Middle East. Something changed there because there's something very hinky about what happened with Kuwait. The Kuwaiti people getting onto the radio and going, "Oh no, they're killing all the babies in the hospitals, etc." Didn't happen. There were no babies being killed in the hospitals. Why he invaded Kuwait has never really been explained. And before, yeah, it was the Shah of Iran. And yeah, what happened in Iran was American meddling, getting involved because England was really in with Iran, and America did not like the fact that England had quite a lot of pull in the Middle East, and so as a result, we ended up with the Ayatollah taking over and ending up with very, very austere, heavily religious nightmare state getting in there, and as a result we've had all sorts of fuckery happening in Israel and Hezbollah and etc. Good old fucking mess they really made of the Middle East over the oil wars. Very, very good book and TV series. It's actually available on YouTube called The Prize. I can't remember the guy that wrote it, but The Prize is actually a really good series about it's about the oil wars, if you like, or the rise of oil, right from the beginnings of starting to pump oil out in Texas to the formation of Standard Oil to what was going off in the Middle East, why oil became important in the Far East and in Indonesia, why oil was so important in the Second World War, why Rommel was ploughing his way through Africa, because that wasn't just for giggles. The whole Africa campaign was to push German military forces right the way through the bottom of Africa or the top of Africa to try and take the Caucasian oil fields into Georgia at the same time as they were pushing across through Russia. And if they had managed to do that, if Monty hadn't got in the way, they would have probably crippled the Russian war machine. So yeah, lots of lots there as well. God.
Bro, sorry. I'm just in the E3 thing and all the muzzies are like spamming up the chat like crazy.
Yeah.
Just screaming Allah is king and Arabic shit everywhere.
Oh, good, lovely. Have you?
And then the fags get involved, and then it's just shit.
It's nonsense and noise. What is interesting is, well, for me anyway, is the new Stalker 2 is had a new video out, and I'm fed up of getting excited about games and going, ooh, new game is coming out and it's up for pre-release and you can buy it this now. No, don't buy it pre-release. But Stalker 2 actually looks like it might be a good game, which is great because I love the Stalker series.
Don't get too hyped. Just sorry to be like, ooh, excited about something.
I was talking to a friend of ours earlier. And she is, as you know, a big fan of the Stalker series. And yeah, we were talking. Basically, I can't think of a game that I've actually been blown away by and gone, oh wow, that game was really fucking good. I can't think of a game since basically The Witcher 3.
You know what game really impressed me? The last one was Subnautica.
It was
Subnautica
okay.
was a really beautiful game.
It was pretty, but it was only a meh game. It's Minecraft.
The thing is, the second Subnautica one is meh because they decided to, diversify and give the role. They changed the fucking computer voice to like an Indian sounding voice that was like just the worst, and made the main character a black woman that loves to be sassy and shit, and just destroyed the whole fucking narrative. It's just cancer now. Such a shame.
I played Subnautica. I did not find it. It was okay. It was pretty, as you say. You were quite right there. But
I don't know. It was just what they did with it. I thought was really great. Like it's just.
But I don't think there's been a good actual first person game, a single player game, since Witcher 3.
That's a game. Like I never really cared for The Witcher 3. The stories are great in The Witcher.
Stories are great.
Gameplay was not something I enjoyed.
What? No,
it's not. The thing is, it's just not my type of game. Like I
yeah, but this is the other thing I was saying is that there used to be that there was at least a good game out every couple of years, and when I say good, I mean really good. And I haven't seen a good game in fucking forever. I've seen a lot of hyped games. I've been hyped for games like Cyberpunk, but I was hyped for Mass Effect 4 Andromeda.
They don't release finished games anymore. Like especially like with the one you were hyped for, as you said, Cyberpunk. Like the concept, everything was great. If they had an extra year or two, that game would have been a lot better.
No, I actually think Cyberpunk is kind of fundamentally flawed at this point. I think it is.
I haven't played it, but I just know a lot of people were disappointed.
They cut so much out of it. I don't know whether it's recoverable, which is a damn shame.
What was the one that got a bunch of shit in the beginning? The computer generated planets one?
Oh, No Man's Sky.
What's it called? No Man's Sky, yeah. Like they promised a lot of shit, and then they had to release it when it wasn't finished. But then, like, as the years went on, they continued adding what they promised to it, and apparently the game is much better now. But when that released, everyone was like so pissed, so disappointed.
The biggest one's got to be Star Citizen. That's probably like
Star Citizens are ooh. That's a real fucking real next level for let's take money off people and not give them a product at the end of it. Yeah.
EA tier, bro.
Oh, it was beyond EA tier. It was No Man's Sky is wow. Holy shit, you take the piss.
No, but the thing is, like the devs went quiet right for after it was released because everyone was disappointed, and have just been working on the game ever since. And supposedly now, it went from like very mixed reviews to very positive. They've added a lot of things that they promised.
Yes.
And made it better. So. Like No Man's Sky is one of those ones where it started off like the worst thing possible, and they managed to bring it back by actually working and doing their best for the game. Like they didn't abandon it, they didn't take the money and run like you see with most of these games, where they release it, they promise things, they don't do it, and then they take all the money that they get from the hype and run. At least this company continued to work on it and tried to give the community what they promised.
I mean, one of my big problems. I mean, here's the things. I actually don't feel in a position to comment on No Man's Sky. I've never played it. I heard noise, and
I might buy it.
I heard noise about it, and I didn't play it. I didn't buy it. And
I honestly am tempted to buy it when it's on sale nowadays. Just because it looks Like they've added a lot of stuff to it, and I've heard good things from people that have decided to play it or continue to play it.
Meh. But no, the only getting back to it, I haven't seen a game for 5 or 6 years that has actually been head turning. I think it was the point I was trying to get to.
Yeah, so just going through different games there.
Yes, yes. I do think, from what I'm seeing from Stalker, which is the other bit, is Stalker 2. It looks like it could be fun because the original Stalker games were. I mean, I loved those games. I mean, they're wildly depressing games. They are literally a misery simulator. There is nothing to it but that it is here you go, have miserable time and die a lot. The game. But you know, that's my kind of game, to be honest. You know, oh, you're doing really well. Oh, look, those leaves over there are moving in a slightly odd pattern. Oh no, I'm being sucked into a thing that is now stretching me, and I've been exploded into a million little pieces. Oh well, better reload. You know, that is a Stalker game. And for no particular reason, you have just died. Congratulations.
You should play Darkest Dungeon Trick. I've said this before. It's not nearly as like it's not AAA quality game. That's not the kind of thing you should expect going into. But I think you'd still enjoy it.
Oh.
Just for difficulty aspects.
I'm not that.
And it's actually a really good stream game too, because what a lot of people do that stream it is they name characters after the people in chat. And it's always funny when they die horribly, You don't want to go naming the characters after things you love, because you're gonna see them die quite quickly.
But if I want to see the things I love die?
I mean, you can name them then,
You know.
Up to you.
It allows me to appreciate the fragility of life, and therefore treasure them more in the real world.
Dude, I'm almost tempted to make a new game and name a bunch of characters after everyone in the server, and then see who ends up surviving in the end. and be like, we finally know who the strongest is. See if they can survive the Cthulhu monsters.
You'd get really angry when all the trannies are the only people that survived.
Oh
Wow,
no! Oh no! Don't you worry. I would very much sabotage it at that point, which is very easy to do. You don't give them a trinket, you forget to heal on a certain turn. Oh well.
Oh, for God's sakes! What the fuck?
Characters can run away too, though. Ned Betty died today, apparently.
Who?
I have no clue. Murgot said that Ned Betty died today, and Biden's 120 days quote shall live in meme land. I don't know who Ned is, so.
I feel like I should know that. My brain is telling me I should know who that is. I'm not quite sure why my brain is in a third-person existence other than myself, but apparently that is the way I'm going to describe it from now on. Oh, Deliverance. Superman 1. Okay. Yeah, talking about Lex Luthor's sidekick dude. I'm assuming. Deliverance now. Yeah. There, Deliverance. There's a film. Di, have you seen Deliverance? That's a no.
I'm watching Greg Salzer, this dude that deep cleans PCs the last 3 days, and it's just like hypnotizing, to be honest.
Yeah, but have you seen the film Deliverance?
Oh, sorry, you were talking to me?
Yeah. The whole Di, have you seen Deliverance thing might have given it away, but apparently not.
Sorry, I did not hear that. Let me see. I don't think I have, you know.
You should see Deliverance.
The thing is, I used to watch a lot of movies with my mom back in the day, but there's a lot that I'm not really a movie person. There's a lot I need to see.
Real dueling banjos hours. It's basically about a bunch of American city folk that go kayaking in real redneck tier sort of America, and they end up getting hunted and raped and.
Oh no! Oh, is that what the South Park thing is based off of? That episode?
Yeah, there you go.
Ah, okay. Where Kyle and everyone was traumatized after watching the movie where they raped your man.
No. They were traumatized after watching Indiana Jones get raped in South America because they were very unhappy with, as was I, as was everyone, that Indiana Jones got raped in the fucking final Indiana Jones movie.
Did he actually get raped, or was it like the movie itself was terrible?
The movie itself was so fucking terrible.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because remember that the police and everyone was crying when they had to face the reality of it, and then they went and they were raping Star Troopers and shit. South Park's a good time. Shame we can't like watch a bunch of South Park with everyone.
I'm not streaming stuff.
I know. I said it's a shame we can't do that.
Yeah, much as it would be nice.
Also, South Park is pretty alright with stream, because I remember they did a whole thing where they were just streamed the whole South Park on Twitch. And there's been a few times where they've streamed a bunch as well on YouTube.
Yes. That's the word I was looking for.
Don't seem to mind. It's the.
Yeah, no, South Park has got South Park, all South Park all the time kind of streams and stuff like that.
Comedy Central and like that old stuff isn't too happy with people with doing that though. But the creators don't seem to give a shit. With the companies. You know what I'm so sad you didn't stream was Alien Isolation. That time when we were watching you.
Oh yeah, I still haven't finished that game.
What you could do is you could play it on hard mode where you have to be real stealthy about it, and it's real scary.
Listening to me singing about being stuck in the closet.
Well, yeah, no, because the radar, you didn't really use the radar anyway, but in the hard mode you'll have to. But what the radar will end up doing is like it'll tell you when it's near, but it won't tell you how close it is like it normally does on the normal levels. So he could be right behind you, and it would say he's like just in the vicinity.
Uh-huh.
That was a good game. That was fun.
It was a good game. I'm still blown away by that time where I literally snuck it out of the room as he was walking in, and everyone was. Yeah. You know the bit.
What are you doing?
Fucking no, I'm out of here. I'm sneaking out. He's right over there. Oh my god.
I was so shocked you weren't fucking murdered, man. That's when Jess joined us as well.
Yep. I was reading an article today. Someone was saying that the Alien series needs to die, and this, that, and the other. It's such a fucking.
Why?
I actually, they make a point.
There's one series that have a strong woman in it that isn't fucking.
That's half of their point. Is actually they were fed up of people going, Ripley's a strong woman, etc. Because they.
Ripley's one of the only good characters.
Yeah, I know. Feminists don't like Ripley though.
Why?
Because she
That makes
doesn't.
no sense.
Yeah, but she's not a fucking needing special fucking treatment woman. Yeah.
Yeah, and also she's very much like her mother instincts and everything like that.
Exactly.
For the children, you know, a nice, proper fucking woman.
Yep.
Strong, actually strong, not like the strong feminist way they like to say. And is realistic and pretty. Isn't fucking fat and black.
Yep.
That's probably why they're upset.
Yeah. No, they don't like it because everyone always uses Ripley as an example of a good movie. And they're like, you can't do that.
Well,
we
it
want to
destroys
have
the narrative of
exactly.
like, white men hating women, female leads, because
Yeah.
a lot of men likes Ripley. A lot of people like Ripley, not just men, but just
Yeah.
everyone think Ripley and
Yeah,
that
she's
whole
badass.
series is a good movie.
Yeah. Well, she's not a feminist. She's not a feminist icon. Exactly. People don't like that. The feminists don't like.
The mom is strong, you know.
Exactly.
God, I hate feminists.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, I think I might head off. I'm starting to get a really bad headache.
Oh no.
Oh.
I know, we were saying she's not a feminist, and that's what makes her great. she is one of the few female characters that they did really well, and I really like Ripley.
Yeah, but the thing is, a lot of the recent Alien movies have been a bit shit. Alien versus Predator, etc.
Well, they haven't done like a really recent Alien, have they?
Not for a while, no.
Let me see, when was the last Alien adaptation?
Is that Prometheus one?
Yeah, apparently there's Alien Covenant. I don't know if that's
Yes.
Oh yeah, that
Alien
one.
series, is it? Oh, it is. I haven't seen that one. I haven't heard anything about that one. Yeah, Prometheus.
That was the last one I watched.
Yeah, so.
Man, that thing was fucked up as well, man.
What?
Fucking face hugger on steroids and shit. That freaked me out. That did.
Prometheus was shit.
Yeah, Prometheus 2012 and Alien Covenant 2017. Have you watched the Covenant one?
I haven't seen Covenant, no.
We should watch it just to see what they've done. I wonder if it's any good or not. Judging by the fact we haven't heard really anything about it, maybe it wasn't great.
Garbage. Apparently, according to Magoo, it was garbage.
Also, I'll still want to watch it though. We should watch one of the days. And just see how garbage it is. Need to watch The Room with everyone. That's great.
The what?
The Room. By Tommy Wiseau.
What?
Do you know of it?
Yes. Yes. Lol, look at
Best
that dude
movie ever
burning.
made.
Oh, I just shot someone with white phosphorus and he's just burning to death now. There he goes.
Tommy Wiseau, bro. Or really, Tommy Wiseau. Tommy, you know who he is.
Yes, I remember a certain someone banging on about that particular
Might have
movie.
been me.
No, it wasn't you. It was a certain someone that shall remain unnamed.
Oh God. Okay. No. God. No.
The unnameable one.
Really, you can't just message like me that and then not tell me who you thought I meant.
Apparently my name is Conspiracy Man. Hello, Green God. How are you doing? I'm not conspiracy. Well, I am Conspiracy Man. Well, I am a bit, I guess. In that I like to point out things that are happening, and people go, "Yeah, that's conspiracy theory," and then they all have to go, "Oh,
And then
actually,
a year later,
that actually happened, didn't it? Shit, yeah."
The amount of times we talk about stuff that happened, and a year later, the media decides to be like, "Oh yeah, this."
Oh, I know. It's fucking disgusting. It really is.
But yeah, no, I think I'm gonna head off. My head is fucking pounding. How long do you think you're gonna be on the stream?
You know what? I might wind up soon, actually, because I'm getting quite tired. It is what's nearly 2 o'clock in the morning, and tomorrow is a Monday. It is a work day kind of thing, but not that I really work. But
How much more left of this game do you have?
I reckon I said earlier I was about halfway through. I think that still kind of stands. I've got to do Paris, Vandenberg, and then Area 51.
Still left.
So yeah.
I might play a few different games. Who knows? We shall see.
Cassandra Syndrome, as in Alex Jones was right. Yeah, Alex Jones is right.
Alex Jones has always been right, bro. He always ends up being right.
You know what? I fucking need to meet Alex Jones one of these days. I need to fucking go and say hello. Cause
we could get him into the server. I'd be so happy.
Oh, it'd be fucking hysterical.
Just imagine coming in here and just Alex Jones is there freaking the fuck out. It'd be the best. It'd be the best thing ever.
fucking Alex. Alex is like. Here's the crazy thing: is like he's my age. I'm not. I'm this.
I don't know. Like, it wouldn't be good for your fucking mental health. I imagine knowing Alex.
Look, as long as he doesn't start fucking sizing me up to fucking eat my ass, I'm okay. Frankly,
It's so funny if he meets you and he's like, "Oh, you're a fed," or some shit, and he refuses to trust you.
Look, I have enough people saying I'm a fad. I'm not a fad. I just have fad vibes.
Stop looking your stop. Stop it.
I've got to get moving.
Sorry.
Have anything you want to sell?
Sure, something you might like. An assault shotgun and some sabot rounds. I also have some lambs. I'll give you that.
Hello, enlightened one sounded too preachy.
That's a bit, yeah.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
Just a bit. Alright. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, Di.
See you, chat. See you too.
Take it easy.
Bye.
Anything you say.
Okay, well.
things about your captors. They were henchmen for a secret organization.
The crazy thing is because I went to boarding school, etc. Is I do have a kind of that sort of vibe, and also because of some of the things I've been involved in the past. Yeah, I'm a big bloke. I'm a big, well-built lad. And stick me in a suit and a pair of shades, and I can get away with playing a Fed pretty effectively, which can come in handy at times.
Biology, the core component of your augmentations, which reminds me, I pilfered something from the lab you could probably use. An augmentation upgrade.
Oh, damn. An extra augmentation upgrade. Um, max economy G. That's what we're going for. No, I don't mind people thinking I'm a Fed. If people think I'm a Fed, Feds are less likely to give me hassle. You know what? Talking about Matrix agents, Hugo Weaving as Agent Smith made that film. Prove me wrong. You know, for all of the other characters in there, you know, Lawrence Fishburne was good. Yeah. Keanu Reeves, pretty solid. But Hugo Weaving sitting there going, Mr. Anderson, it seems you've been leading a double life. One is, you live in a place and you help your neighbor take out her garbage. The other is living in computers. Under the computer alias Neo. Very, very, very cool. Hugo Weaving made that film. In fact, Hugo Weaving makes an awful lot of films. We missed you.
MV for Vendetta.
He was brilliant in V for Vendetta. In fact, again, I don't think anybody could have delivered the way Hugo Weaving did in V for Vendetta. His verbose verbiage of
Vivisecting Viscounts, that's what I like.
it's not what no, his very, very excellent use of alliteration was above and beyond, quite frankly. Absolutely above and beyond. What the fuck am I doing? I'm trying to find Harvey Philbin. What tavern? Of course. And let's not forget it's the smell. It infects every cell, every pore of my being. Yeah. Hugo Weaving was excellent. Is excellent. Very, very solid actor. Almost feel that he didn't have much. Having him as Elrond in Lord of the Rings was almost sad because he didn't have enough of a role. But who would he have played in that movie? Who could you have given him as? I suppose Elrond is good enough, but yeah. Here I am hacking banks and He's the head penguin in Happy Feet. You know, I haven't seen Happy Feet. I know it's about a penguin that tap dances. Which sounds kind of cute. But I haven't seen it. I think I'm going to get to the point where Harvey Philbin sets me up with the Illuminati, and I'm going to call it a night at this point. After that. Accuracy mod. Can I even pick up the accuracy mod? No, I can't. Not at the moment. The trick is if you can get the enough accuracy mods into the stealth pistol.
You out here because of martial law? I didn't know they were using Marines.
Nah, Yanako likes to work alone. I just came out to look up a girl I used to know, Sandra Renton. FEMA gave me a pass for the curfew.
She left town.
I know. Just my luck.
What's FEMA doing handing out travel papers?
They took over the advanced submarine base where I work. I don't like being pushed off duty, but I guess little R&R never hurt anyone.
They brought in their own staff?
Most of us were moved out of the main submarine hangar last night. FEMA set up a perimeter. We'd sure like to know what's going on in there.
Huh! FEMA has kicked everyone out of the submarine hangar. I wonder if that will come in to play in a brief while.
You a cop?
Used to be.
I'll set it straight. I'm a patriot. I don't like to see one of our top secret bases commandeered, especially when the only people allowed inside are these Asian mafia types. You think you can do something about it? I can have my buddies at the front gate let you slip by. My name's Vinny. Tell them you know me.
Thanks. I'll see what I can find out.
Okay, Vinny is going to get me through the front gate. Well, that's just you know, I have seen Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. That's yeah.
What are you doing in the city? I didn't expect mention to be.
It was a while ago now.
Riots everywhere. You still on the dole at UNATCO? I never mentioned. I've been working for the NSF all along, and the Illuminati. I'm on your side. Right, the Illuminati. I need to find one of their leaders, Stanton Dowd. A load of plague virus is on its way to New York. Virus? You mean the Great Death? What's Dowd got to do with it? The same corporation that makes ambrosia also manufactures the virus. Quite convenient. The virus came over in a super freighter previously owned by Dowd.
Oh.
Most of Majestic 12 is just hand-me-downs from the Illuminati. Huh. We knew about ambrosia, but the virus? That's news. They're infecting people on purpose, huh?
I was hoping.
Oh, what a shock. They're infecting people on purpose. The virus has been released from a lab on purpose to kill people.
Sons, over where the tunnels connect to the warehouse district. You know, where the NSF had the generator. I'll try to get him to meet you there.
Osgood and Sons.
Yeah, and JC, be careful who you mention the Illuminati to. Like Joe Green. He's a spy for UNATCO.
The reporter? Are you sure?
Here's the proof. Hey, kill Green and you'll be doing all of us a favor. I saw him hanging around the free clinic.
Kill the reporter. Save the world. You know, I did the maths the other day for it, and the BBC reporters alone, they were banging. Well, the BBC were banging on about people using too much carbon and how much this carbon did this create and how much carbon did that create. And did you know that BBC reporters breathing out produces 2 tons of carbon dioxide every day? And between the BBC and the United States mainstream media, they produce something like 36 tons of carbon dioxide every day. So, next time they start banging on about how much something or other creates too much carbon dioxide and save the planet, must kill this thing off and stop this thing happening, I'm just going to suggest that, yep, perhaps BBC could. Oh, you saw that? Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's that. That was, those are accurate figures. I mean, it's basically anybody. Any single person produces. I think it's 1,000. Yeah, so a couple of grams a day, basically. I don't have the figures exactly with me, but yeah. The biggest producer of carbon dioxide is people breathing. If they really want to save the world, I think the people that really want to save the world and go, carbon dioxide should just hold their breath. Me, I'm quite comfortable with the fact that carbon dioxide is respirated by plants and then the plants grow. High carbon dioxide is literally contributing to reversing the deserts in the Sahara. Motherfucker. God damn. Fucking chucked a grenade on me. Where am I? Have I been given the conversation with Harvey Philbin? Yes. Okay. The world is greener because of carbon dioxide. Yes, exactly. You know what the really interesting thing is I was looking into this because I can't help being a massive nerd and I tend to look into stuff. And you know what the greenhouse gas that contributes towards 70% of the greenhouse effect is? There is one that produces 70% of the greenhouse effect. And it ain't CO2. The greenhouse gas that produces the most effect is water vapor. Yeah. Yeah, H2O. Well done, Magoo. You're absolutely right. Yes. Yeah, it's water vapor. Clouds. Not CO2, it's not methane, it's not other trace elements, it's fucking water vapor. Yeah, but the climate scientists don't want to talk about that because it kind of ruins all of their arguments. Because if 70% of it is water vapor, and the interesting thing is the hotter the world gets, the more you create. But you know what? It's precipitated out in as rain. Aha! Oh yeah, I remember how. Yeah, I had this conversation with you on Twitter. We go, yeah, no, it always does my head in. they are so into this CO2 business, and it really is a massive red herring. I suppose you know the Alan Savory work, his work with migration patterns of cattle, and that if you use cattle, right, yeah, okay, yeah, no, Harry is a good lad. Yeah, migration patterns of cattle to trample, grassland down, eat grassland, shit on the grassland, then move on somewhere else and allow that grassland to sort of. I did send you the TED talk on it. Yeah, really good shit. Literally. Literally good shit. And he's had some very, very positive results. It's not just a little experiment. It's like COVID, isn't it? Just 1%. Yeah. It's bullshit that they can get people to fucking buy into and then sell a fucking lie to you in the process. Everybody just goes along with it. Right. I'm gonna go and find me a reporter. Hey, Joe. Yeah, send me all sorts of stuff like that. Because I remember watching something about a Greenpeace, one of the Greenpeace founders, who was he was a marine biologist, and he got sick and tired of the freaking weirdos that he was on because he was sat on a boat with them whilst they were being activists somewhere, and he threw an empty bottle of beer overboard, and they all started freaking out at him for littering the sea and started lecturing him, and he was tried desperately to sort of point out to them that it's a glass bottle, it's going to sink down to the bottom of the ocean, and it's going to create a tiny little, ecosystem all on its own and actually promote life on the seabed, and it's only glass and would break down into being sand anyway, and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. It's fine. And suddenly started realizing that that's Patrick Moore, is it? Yeah. Yeah. It must be horrendous, You start a movement, you're an intelligent guy, you start a movement based on some fairly sound principles, and then communists take it over and just ruin it completely with their preachy, know it all bullshit. It must be absolutely horrendous. Mind you, I have heard all sorts of stories like that of people that set up cool organizations, cool things, and it just gets overrun by communists. Communists ruin everything. Literally. What's good in the son's storefront? I remember as a kid when I was, God, how old? I've been about 12. Maybe I was younger than that, actually. No, I'd have been about 12. I was doing a project for school on nuclear power. My teacher desperately wanted me to come back with a wide. This is before. So I was at a state school at this time. Oh yes, we're expecting you to come back with why nuclear power is bad. And I wrote to the British Nuclear Fuels, and I wrote to Greenpeace, Friends of the Earth. I wrote to a French one. It wasn't. I can't remember the name of the French company. That was basically French power, but company back in the day. I want to say E.ON or N-Power or EDF. Was it EDF? Might have been EDF, but or at least what EDF became. And they all sent me piles of information, really big. I sent off a couple of letters and got packages of stuff back. And British Nuclear Fuels sent me really, really, really conclusive and really solid amounts of data. Really, really, really impressive, that they'd sent huge amounts of books on how Magnox reactors work and how various reactors work and what was going off in Sellafield and how that worked and yeah, that explained all the nuclear reactor stuff. And Friends of the Earth basically sent me a pamphlet on nuclear fuel is bad because it ruins the environment. Okay, essentially. And look, Chernobyl's bad because Chernobyl nearly poisoned the whole of the world, and it was tripe. What they'd sent me was absolute drivel, and so I wrote the report up and handed it in to my teacher, and they were absolutely mortified that I'd come down in favour of nuclear fuels. Energy density. Yeah, the energy density of uranium is kind of wild. It's like the hockey puck. Here you go. This is all the energy you'll need. Is this hockey puck of nuclear fuel? I mean, for God's sakes, don't hold it in your hand. And yeah, we're now looking at. Well, I don't buy the Chinese thing because the Chinese are saying that they did the fusion reactor for what was 180 seconds or something like that. But it's, if memory serves, it's the wrong type of reactor. It looks like they just pumped lots of energy into it and just forced the reaction rather than created an actual sustaining or self-sustaining reaction. But there was some more very, very promising work underway in the near future. Got stories about surveying in the Moab, Utah between and the old DoD uranium mines. Nice. Nice. If isn't that where basically the background radiation is wildly high because essentially the ground is littered with uranium ore, naturally occurring uranium ore.
A damn ghost town.
Which reminds me, one of these days I'm gonna have to make my way to Pripyat proper. I was meant to go to visit Pripyat a long time ago. Literally what was it? Was it 2013 when the whole nonsense happened in Crimea and the elections in Ukraine that were heavily being meddled with by various. It was just about every intelligence agency in the world was playing silly fucking games with them. Where the fuck is this guy? Where the fuck is Stanton Dowd? And yeah, no, I was supposed to be going over to. I was about to book the holiday to go to visit the Chernobyl power plant, and then suddenly all that crap cracked off in Crimea, and so I decided to maybe take a break and not do it that year and see what happened, and I've never really had a chance since. I'd love to have gone there. That would have been fucking cool.
You, Dowd? I agreed to see you because we have a mutual enemy. Why a vacant building? I thought the Illuminati were bankers, politicians, Council on Foreign Relations types. We always stayed in the background, even when that was true. You all right? Caught this damn plague myself. Anyway, we never had troops like Majestic 12 or freighters full of bioweapons, if what you say is accurate. It's accurate. I just don't know where the freighter would dock. They'll want to hide it. The only facility big enough on the East Coast is the
Advanced submarine facility.
Brooklyn Naval Shipyards. Of course. That's why FEMA took it over. They're probably storing the virus in the ship's diesel tanks. The only way to make sure it's destroyed will be to scuttle the ship. Scuttle a super freighter? It can be done if you know where to place the charges. Smuggler should have explosives that will work. I already have some explosives. I'd pick up some more while I have the chance. But if you think you're equipped, then find your pilot and get going.
Oh well, yeah, but you know, Sam, I'm willing to talk about all manner of subjects.
Don't worry, I'll get you some medicine. I'll give you a blueprint.
I believe in encouraging people to do as I do, which is read books, read as many as you can. I've got some books that I've been meaning to read for a while. Actually, I'm sitting there looking at them at the moment. I was bought a copy of World Order by Henry Kissinger, Samuel Huntington's The Clash of Civilization and the Remaking of the World Order, and The End of History and the Last Man by Francis Fukuyama. And I started the End of History and the Last Man, but haven't got through it yet because I got sidetracked. But yeah, no, I need to plow through those at some point in the very near future because I don't know. Henry Kissinger is one of my least favorite people, and yeah, but I will talk about all sorts of stuff. We're talking about uranium mines at the moment, weren't we? Hold on. Yeah, more REMs from the radiation of the sun and the surface, or yeah, don't. It's, the whole thing is with radiation, though, as always, it's depending on what type of radiation it is. You're very likely to be fine in. Let's face it, alpha. Don't fucking care. It's not going to do you any harm unless you eat it, as you say there. And if you do, then you're fucked. Gamma. That's nasty. Very nasty. But non-ionizing. Christ. No, 4chan isn't the source of all knowledge. Noel Ferguson's two-part Kissinger bio. Oh god. Yes, probably should do. Probably should do. Good. Not so much to frickin' read these days. Yeah, yes, yeah, I bet vanadiums. Heavy metal poisoning. Mmm. Tasty. Have I just fucking fucked myself royally? I have, haven't I? Don't get me wrong, the weaponized autism in place in 4chan has served the world very well. But definitely read. And the other one that I've got to frickin' read in the very near future is some of old Uncle Ted's books. But Paradise is fun. Sandstone that's toxic and radioactive. Yeah, that sounds like quite a giggle. What's that oof about? Are we oofing about Uncle Ted? What can I say? He's a very bright man. Yeah, I need to read his books. When someone goes that nuts and loses it in the way they did, but prior to that was writing their own new creating their own new form of maths. There's I need to know what's going off there. Genius is indeed akin to madness. No, I'm not going to make any great claims about myself, but I don't fear the madness. And I kind of want to know what's been going off. Oh no. Government agencies with biologically integrated high visibility. Yes, high visibility, nocturnal visibility.
He's here somewhere. We're gonna need some reinforcements.
I have known an awful lot of engineers in my time. I used to work with a lot of very, very, very highly skilled, well-trained engineers. We would get people coming in from Oxford, Cambridge, and MIT and places like that, and oh, I've just got a degree in this, that, and the other, and it was like, that's nice for you. The coffee machine's over there, mine's milk, 2 sugars, and Dr. P over there will take his with milk, 1 sugar. This guy over here's got a fellowship and a doctorate. This guy, yeah, literally, did not care about your degree, your lowly little single degree or your master's. There was an awful lot of very big brain plate people where I used to work. And all of them were absolutely mental in a very, very, very cool way. Have had many, many, many interesting conversations about many varied subjects. Say, there's nothing funnier though than seeing someone that's just come in with an Oxford or Cambridge or MIT or whatever university degree, thinking they're the big I am and everything else, and and getting told where the coffee machine is and to get around in. Because boy, some get really funny about that. I hadn't gone through 5 years of university for this. Actually, you have. You got through 5 years of university so you can work with us. Now you're here. Ah.
You came in on the chopper? You must be with the DC people.
Hmm. You know what? I'm going to save it here. It is 2:30. I am. I'm going to do the going to bed thing.
Fair enough. It's getting late.
So that 5 years of university, 9 times out of 10, is specifically so you can then be told exactly what to unquestioningly do. My experience of certainly the guys we were working with those years of university were so that they actually had some idea, some semblance of idea of what experiments to run and how to run them, and so that we could hand them data and things that needed to be done, and them actually be capable of doing them. But that's
I don't like the smell of it one bit.
Me either.
His key will open the main gate. The guard just inside.
pranks involved controlled explosions or industrial plumbing or turning modern art sculptures into mayonnaise fountains. Uh-huh. Sending people down to the stores for a complete tool is always nice. We don't have a complete tool in at the present moment. I need you to pop down to stores and pick one up for me. It's a little less obvious than a long wait or tartan paint. It is kind of wonderful getting someone who thinks he's got a I'm really intelligent. I've got this, that, and the other. Go on, then go and go get us a complete tool. Don't know what you mean. Whilst they're there, they end up with a long wait anyway. Prop wash. Nah, by and large, you only haze them for the first week or so. That's for grease nuts. Spirit level bubble is a classic. Oh dear. Yeah. Right, guys. It's 2:30. I'm kind of knackered. I am going to go and fuck off to bed. I hope you've enjoyed the stream and chatting and hanging out. I will
Have fun.
catch you later. All right.
Good night.
Good night.